Welcome back, everyone. We are jumping on here. I've got Connor with me. Just going to take a look here. He's going to pipe in as well in terms of what's happening around the region. Just going to look at things that has definitely changed from what we did this afternoon, or this morning. So road conditions have definitely gotten worse. Just trying to get my radar app working here. This is one of the things we were talking about this morning. Having some issues with that, so bear with me for a few seconds here while I try and get that up and running again and onto the screen. We also there are definitely a lot of accidents starting to pile up that we're noticing on Google Maps and on the cameras themselves. So just going to take me about 30 seconds to get this figured out here and get the settings, and hopefully it doesn't go down again. I'm just trying to make sure that everything is set up properly. Let's get the radar there. Okay. I think we might be in business. So it should be on the screen there. And now I'm zoomed in. So one of the things that has happened with the event or the system is a lot of the precipitation is definitely staying further south of the city of Ottawa for the afternoon. We're noticing a band that has set up to the south of the city and kind of has been sitting there. So there's a drastic difference in terms of what snow is out there. This is the band right here that I'm highlighting on the screen. So this is hovering south. So those areas are definitely seeing a lot more snow down Smith Falls, south of Kempville, Charbot Lake, that kind of thing. So they are definitely seeing higher amounts of snow than we would in the city of Ottawa, for example. But snow conditions on the roads are definitely still snow covered. So I'll come back here, switch this up. You can see this is my house outside of Kempville. The plows have gone by. It is snowing here. Nothing crazy, but road conditions are slick in terms of being snow covered out in the side roads. So what Connor and I have noticed this afternoon, just looking prior to coming on to the stream, is that the main highways, 417, 17 heading north. The further north you go, the less snow there is, obviously. 174, 416, those roads are being kept fairly clear by the snow crews. Which is fantastic. So that's making a huge difference. Where we're seeing most of the congestion in the city of Ottawa is on the side roads. The Queensway is definitely doing what it usually does, but most of the accidents that we're seeing populate the screen are on the side roads. So just going to jump quickly in the chat here. Jay's Flames walking the pooch earlier was a little difficult. Yeah, I can imagine it was a little bit slick. Chip Stand tuning in. Hello from Stittsville. You guys are not getting as much snow in Stittsville based on the cameras that we were looking at. So definitely a discrepancy from one area to the other. We're hearing in Constance Bay there's only 2 centimeters of snow. At my house I had over 5 centimeters earlier. Connor, you said how much did you have at your place?
I've got 7 centimeters in St. Albert,
So east of Ottawa and
southeast of Ottawa.
yeah, so east of Ottawa, St. Albert, he's got 7 centimeters. So we're definitely seeing different amounts of snow compared to other areas. So, Rick, good
Disc Golf
afternoon.
Guys 27 asks, what do you think about a snow day in Kettle tomorrow, percentage wise? And I'll give that a solid 0%. There is no chance there's a snow day tomorrow. Sorry.
Yeah, that's definitely not happening. Like I said, the biggest thing overnight for what we're seeing is going to be the blowing snow, just from the wind picking up after this kind of moves through. We were talking about after midnight that things were going to pick up in terms of wind gusts. So that's definitely still a thing that's going to happen. So we'll pay attention to that. What else? Disc golf, just going off of how, judging off how we have about 10 centimeters in Kempville now. So that was a two-part question there. So definitely Kempville area not getting a snow day like Connor said. So Shirley tuning in saying lots of snow in Kingston. I was actually just looking at cameras on Wolf Island, and they are definitely getting quite a bit of snow out in Wolf Island area as well. So again, we're seeing pockets of snow happening in areas, but it's not broad across the region. The definitely not as the coverage we were expecting. So we will jump into some roads here. I'm going to pull up the map for Ottawa, and then we'll kind of go around there and take a look at things. Dog Tub talking about.
Per usual, there is a giant delay at the 417 and Carling.
Yes, yeah, that's normal, but I mean that the snow's not helping anything today. So I'm just going to pull that up in a second there. I'm just going to finish going through the chat. Dog Tub saying so many trucks are jackknifing. So if you have any reports, for example, that's the other thing we were talking about this morning. If you want to send to us, there's two places you can do so. You can send us an email at Canadian Weather Live for that. And we also have a Facebook page. Canadian Weather Live Reports, which is where you can, it's a group community thing where you can post photos from the current events that are going on as far as weather is related. So if you've seen any accidents or anything, obviously we don't want anything posted that's graphic or anything if there's accidents, but if you have information in terms of areas people should avoid, that kind of thing, or snowfall reports, all of that we would love to see on there. So what else is here? So 417 from Nepean to Carlsbad Springs was greasy and slow going an hour ago, coming from Cheryl. Thank you for that update. Looking to go to Barrie tomorrow. Looks like nice accumulation will happen coming from PB Storm Chaser. So depending where you're traveling, if you're traveling from this region to Barrie, there definitely crews will have the main highways cleared overnight. Again, the only areas that are going to be of concern are going to be the drifting from the winds.
Barrie is also getting major lake effect overnight tonight.
Oh, perfect. Yeah. So that's another thing. So yeah, definitely more lake effect that way. So PB Storm Chaser, that's probably what you're going after or what you're going to see down that way. So William Smith was just out plowing my driveway. The snow is wet and heavy, and that stands to reason. We're here in Kempville and kind of in the region, we're barely below freezing, only a few degrees, that type of thing. So definitely going to be wet, sticky snow. Sean, welcome to the chat. Hi. What else have we got here? Ryan saying, yeah, not getting a lot of snow in the West End, just more lighter but steady. And yeah, that's what we're noticing based on the radar that you see on the screen, obviously. To the west of Ottawa, the blue is definitely a lot lighter and patchier. So anybody looking at the radar that's on the screen currently, that represents snow. There is some green mixing in there, which would indicate rain, but I don't think that's the case. That's just the radar interpretation at this point. So so that's just going to be light snow from what I see there. So wife works in Smith Falls Hospital. She's done at 3:30 traveling home to Stittsville. So the roads will be a bit greasy as long as she keeps a good safe distance and drives safely. It's nothing we can't handle. These are definitely not conditions where we would tell people to stay off the roads. It's a normal winter kind of event. So okay, let me zoom in. I'm gonna, unless Connor, you've got something to throw in here, I'm gonna jump onto the roads section.
I just looked at the latest data for Barrie overnight, and the HRRR is actually at a whopping 84 centimeters by Friday morning.
Wow. Okay, so anybody off of, we'll take a look at that on the radar actually in a bit there, just to see if the snow bands are setting up or not, which usually when they come off the lakes, because the lakes are not frozen over, for the most part, you get a lot of moisture coming onshore, and it dumps. I call them as snow belt or snow conveyors, basically, that just dump snow right onto land. So it can be quite a bit of snow that happens, and 84 centimeters definitely is up there. So what else have we got
If you guys
here?
donate enough, I can chase it for Canadian Weather Live.
Timber saying steady in Orleans as you guys predicted. So thank you for the update from the Orleans area. Um, Ryan asking if there's going to be accumulation overnight. No, this is going to end before midnight. We were suspecting probably around 8 to 10 p.m. was kind of our window. And then again, once this moves out, it's the winds that are going to pick up. So we were kind of at 10 kilometers an hour. Now we are going to jump up to about 50 kilometers an hour in terms of that basically are going to be wind gusts. Sorry, so 50 maybe to 60, but those are the wind gusts, probably sustained, closer to 30 to 40. So definitely going to blow the snow around, so that will affect visibility on the roads. But no accumulation overnight. So what else have we got here? Oh yeah, okay, so you've already answered that. So Connor's audio is low, is what I'm hearing. So I'm just taking a look here. I'm going to try something here. Hopefully that's better, but we'll see. Thank you for letting us know. And again, any questions or comments, we're always happy to answer them. So let me jump right into the roads for the city of Ottawa, and then we'll kind of back out of there. So when we did the stream this morning, later in the morning, all of this was pretty much green. No yellow, so we're definitely seeing a drastic change, obviously, with traffic leaving during rush hour. So I'm just moving over to the Quebec side. You can definitely see that coming out of downtown in the Hull region, going out through Gatineau, there's tons of again, on the side roads, that's where you're seeing more of the slowdowns than you are on the main highways. Definitely seeing reds throughout. So commute is going to be very slow heading home for anybody traveling. So again, patience is the key here. As we move into Ottawa, you can see most of the 417 is yellow, quite a bit of red, which is normal here along Carling as it passes over Carling Avenue and then heads westbound from there. It's definitely the norm for that area, but it's continuing yellow all the way out as I pan out here to Canada area. So we are seeing, and I'm going to zoom in here because they're harder to spot when they're out, but there are accidents. Here's a crash on Terry Fox, for example, that's probably holding things up. So I'm going to pan back to the rest of the city there and just take a look. I know I have to be zoomed in quite a bit before those accidents do show up. They were all over the place. And for some reason now, I'm not seeing any of them. And I'm wondering if that's they haven't cleared, that's for sure. What is going on here? So, couple of accidents. So there's another one here on Ridge Road. So definitely people are sliding about. There's another one just zooming in here. This is going to be where are we here? Emerald Woods Sawmill Creek in Hunt Club area. So Hunt Club and Aviation Parkway, it looks like there's another crash there. So the typical hotspots that we would have are definitely struggling this afternoon with the snow. There's another one that we're showing here, Leitrim and Limebank, another crash there. So again, just take your time. The commute's going to be longer than expected in terms of coming out of the Ottawa area, and if you're moving south, east and west and north. So just take your time. Just looking here. I'm going to bring this back up. We're just going to get back to radar here. And I'm just looking east of Ottawa. The 174, just before you get to the Calypso Water Park, there's a crash, but that's on the westbound lanes that was reported. So that's heading back into the city, for example. So Definitely quite a few slowdowns, and I'll swing back to this just to show you guys some more stuff here. So 416 is reasonable. We will look at some traffic cameras here shortly. But the southern portion of the 416, as you get down towards Johnstown, that reflects directly with this radar where we have a band of snow setting up in here. So that's why that portion of the 416 is slow, is my suspicion, because there's some heavier snowfall rates in there. And it's been kind of hanging out over that area. So that's what's leading to those slowdowns in that portion of the area. And so I'm gonna zoom back out here.
Rick's got some pictures for you in the email.
In the email? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Rick just sent us some stuff. Okay, so this is Rick out in the Perth area. So
Rick.
whoops, let me pull it up here. So that's in Perth. I recognize the Ford dealership. I know kind of exactly where that is. So again, lightly snow-covered roads. The crews are definitely doing a good job of keeping everything going. Thanks for sending these in, Rick. So these are aerial shots. That's looks like Highway 7 heading back towards Ottawa. Not a lot of traffic on it, which is interesting. So people might be staying off the road. And again, another shot there. So Rick, thank you for sending that. I'm just going to back out here to Google. So I was, sorry, we were talking there. 401 for the most part is pretty clear. Very few slowdowns in the area coming from the 416 down to Kingston. This definitely is much better, and I'll show you why. We're going to flip over to the Ontario 511 or 511 application or map, and we'll take a look at roads down there in the Kingston area just to see. So this is the road condition. So sides are definitely accumulating snow, but the main traffic lanes of the 401 are definitely wet and a bit sloppy, but very manageable. Nothing out of the ordinary there. So that's the difference. And if I can, I'm going to swing back up here to the 416. I'm going to take a look at this one here. So you can definitely see this is at 416, 401 near Johnstown. You can definitely see that on that image that there's quite a bit of snow coming down. It is building up on the highway a lot more. Definitely pretty trees covered in snow. I'm not sure the that camera's down, so I can't give you kind of a feed on that one. So I'm going to swing back up here to the 416. So this is the 416 at the Rideau River crossing. So obviously you can see far more snow coverage here than on the 401. So that's the difference. We're kind of in a sandwich where between the 401 and Barrhaven, Carleton Place, that kind of thing south is essentially where most of the snow is falling. You can see that these roads are snow covered, but again, a little more dense snow here on the highway surface, but still very manageable. Just obviously take your time, leave enough distance, all those things that that are always said in these situations. So yeah, it's definitely a slick drive out there this afternoon. What else have we got here? JC family, Kempville is horrible. Being somebody who's out in the Kempville area, I know, like I said, this is the snow-covered road in my neighborhood, but again, this is a side road, so I know they didn't plow them last night. I think they've managed to do one side of the road, but they haven't done the other yet. They're still working the rest of the neighborhood, so they were out there they were through here recently, so that's why that's the case there. What else? Any vehicles in the ditch
Most
between?
places along the seaway are almost above zero, from Brockville all the way to Kingston. Even Mooresburg is almost above zero. So that's why you're seeing a lot less snow accumulation on the highway to the south versus further north towards Ottawa, where it's still -3, -4, -5.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that update, sir. Any vehicles in the ditch between Brockville and Prescott that are clear of the shoulder are being left until conditions are better. It may appear worse than it is because of this. Rick coming in with that comment. So, Evil Beans, no, there is no snow day tomorrow. I don't know where you're at, but if you're anywhere in our viewing region, it's definitely not going to be a snow day tomorrow. This will taper off before we get to midnight tonight. Again, probably around 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock. At the latest is my guess based on what we've been seeing. So unfortunately, no snow day tomorrow for the kids. What else have we got here? Connor's microphone is off.
No, it's not.
Well, yeah, I'm getting the audio coming through here, so it's either... sorry, bear with us for a second here. Oh, I know what I can do. Give me 1 second. Okay. That's probably going to be better. I just adjusted something.
Hello.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're much louder now. Sorry, I had you turned down. I think that's what the case was. So if somebody can confirm if you guys can hear Connor now, I definitely hear your fan in the background. So because I cranked the volume.
It comes. I can't turn it all the way up. It's too cold in here.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I just that's why I had it turned down. So Rick is saying barely hear him. He's about a 2 out of 10. That is definitely not high enough. So what am I? I've got you at 100% now. Okay, well, so
I have also maxed out, by the way.
Yeah, so we'll see what we can do in terms of getting that better. Just obviously technical difficulties, but we'll definitely try and get that better so that him and I are more in balance than we currently are. And I apologize for that. So. There's definitely a discrepancy if he's at a 2 and I'm at an 8. So Chris O'Malley saying much better. So, okay, so we're making improvement. That's the good news. So thank you for your assistance in that, guys, just letting us know that. So again, going to look at satellite here quickly. It is starting to get dark. It's funny, our stream this morning, we were seeing darkness just before sunrise. Our window of opportunity in the wintertime for daylight is very short, so these satellite image loops definitely only have a limited amount of information on them during the daytime. So definitely darkness falling, but you can see how that storm with Ottawa basically would be just roughly in the middle of the screen. So you can guess, so based on that, you can see how that is all moving northeast as it's coming into the region and through Ottawa and eastern Ontario and western Quebec. So we're going to see where things end up a little bit later, but that's kind of what is happening right now based on satellite imagery. So let me pull up. We were going to look around at some more roads, so I'm going to get that going and see if we've got anything in that regard. So give me 2 seconds here. Okay. Ontario 511. So let's take a look. I'll bring this back up. So we're going to take a look for anybody commuting south on the 416. This is out by Barrhaven. So you can see both sides of the overpass over the Via Railway. This would be just south of Fallowfield, I want to say. So this is, again, snow covered, but not major accumulation. So still very easily passable, that kind of thing. We'll go take a look at Canada. This is at the interchange where Highway 7 and 417 meet. So again, same kind of conditions. You're seeing snow covered out there. Little less, if you look at the right side of the image, obviously that portion of the highway isn't traveled as much, so the snow is accumulating there. Areas that are more heavily traveled, definitely still carving out a groove in the lanes as they commute on the highway. So I am going to look at some cameras from the city of Ottawa because they're on the back roads, that kind of thing. But let's just take a look towards. Well, so there's none here. So I was gonna look at Orleans, but I'm gonna switch over to the city of Ottawa, and you can see these cameras. There's far more cameras from the city of Ottawa. So this is heading towards Orleans. Let me take a look here. So this is 174 at Jean d'Arc. Again, this is as big as I can blow it up. I'm unfortunately at the mercy of the website. So it is, again, side roads are snow covered, slick, but very manageable. So that's at Jean d'Arc. I'll take a look at Cumberland. Anybody traveling out east towards Rockland, again, this is the Cumberland 174 and Cameron Road. I believe that is right by the ferry crossing. I pretty sure that's correct. So, traffic is moving fairly slow and steady, but definitely a lot of snow coverage there on the roads. And I'm going to just look at this last one here by 174 and Cannon Road. Again, you can obviously see snow covered, but and slick, but still very good for travel if you're cautious. So let's take a look at some of the roads closer into downtown. Let me take.
Michelle Jacques is asking how's the highway from Renfrew to Pembroke, and I just took a look, and it is only partially covered. It looks okay for travel.
So, okay, perfect. I'll bring up a camera on that actually. We'll take a quick look at that in a second here. Dalhousie and Murray, you can definitely see the snow is accumulating on those side roads, which this is downtown Ottawa. So just, getting snow covered, slick, but still within reasonable conditions. So, where were we talking about, Connor? Between Renfrew and where?
Pembroke.
So yeah, the Renfrew camera, I'll bring that one up. So this is the Renfrew camera just on Highway 17. Obviously, getting a bit of snow coverage on there, slick the edges of the road, but the crews are definitely doing a good job keeping up with that. So these are the shots from up there. Those are about 10 minutes ago. Roughly, because these cameras are not live in the sense that they only send a still image to the system. And I don't know the window because sometimes we see them, I've seen as far as 20 or 30 minutes, but so that's the conditions right up in Renfrew. And then I'll bring up Petawawa, which is our next camera only on Ontario 511. So up in Petawawa, the snow is starting to reach up there. Definitely more snow covered than it was this morning. When we looked at it around 10 or 11 this morning, this portion of the highway was just wet. There was no real snow accumulation. Obviously, that's changed since we looked at it. So just, again, slick road conditions everywhere, just not a lot of accumulation, which is good. Allows the crews to keep up with things and be able to keep the roads clear. So again, I'm saying that side roads are the ones that are going to be the worst. And then the main highways are going to be the ones that have the most clearing and passable at this point, just because road crews are doing a good job there. So that's kind of where things are at. Is there any regions I've missed there, Connor? I'm just trying to think.
We can try. Where can we look at? We can look at the 401 east of Morrisburg and see if we can see anything.
Okay, I'll pull. Yeah, that's true. Actually, we haven't gone through those eastern townships. There's not a lot of cameras, but I'll look up the 401 there. So bring this back up. So just going through like Iroquois. Hopefully this loads. Nope. And that's the other problem we run into. A lot of cameras are not functional. So this is right at Morrisburg, as Connor was just alluding to, that we'll head that way. So again, you can see definitely visibility is a bit reduced and roads are a bit slick. Not as much snow accumulation in the main traffic lanes. They're closer to the seaway, so temperatures are a tad bit warmer. I'm going to move up towards Cornwall. So this is right near Cornwall. So definitely some snow accumulation here. You're starting to see that the further northeast we go, temperatures might be dropping enough that it's accumulating. So slick road conditions, still very manageable though. Let me go towards the Quebec border. The last Ontario camera here coming in, so I'm just going to pull that up. So this is, it says Curry Hill, just before the Quebec and Ontario border. So a little less snow coverage there, and that's probably because the bands are not setting up that far in terms of the snow band that we talked about. So I'll flip back at radar and take a look at that. But yeah, just lower visibility and some areas with slicker road conditions. So let me just pull up radar here. I'll actually go to full screen. So on my screen here, the 401 obviously runs along here, and the area that we were just looking at the border is up here. So you can see based on the blue, there's on the radar itself that there's a lot more patchy areas as you get towards the Montreal area. The meat of the precipitation right now that we're dealing with would be kind of in this area right here. That's where the heaviest of the precipitation is isolated at this point. So it's kind of hovering in that area. I assume, I haven't looked at information, maybe Connor, you can pipe in, but I think that's where kind of the low is hanging out, or just kind of to the southeast of that.
Let me see where it is on the Maisonettes.
Okay, so while Connor's looking that up, if there's any questions anybody has, please, by all means, fire away. As far as that's concerned, I'm just going to look to see if anybody's posting anything here. Again, if you're new to the channel, you can send us an email at canadianweatherlive@gmail.com, or you can actually go to our Facebook page, Canadian Weather Live Reports. That's where we have a group community where people post photos of whatever's going on weather-wise. And so it's, and we also have obviously our Canadian Weather Live page, which is where we post when we're going live or anything, that we're putting onto social media. That's on there as well. So you can join that group and follow our page. That's the easiest way to do things. So what else have we got here? So
it looks like the low actually might be to the southwest of Carleton Place, which is a lot further north than what it was supposed to be, which also explains why Kingston is currently sitting at 2 degrees and most of the 401 towards Brockville is mostly clear because they're also sitting at 0 degrees.
okay, so it hasn't come as far or over as I thought it would have by this time. So that's interesting. So that's the problem with models. When we have models, they're only as they're trying to predict the future, and obviously that's very difficult to do, which I mention all the time when we're doing our severe weather during the summertime. Again, predicting the future, very difficult. So it's a best guess of a supercomputer. So it's definitely tough predicting weather and giving accurate information that far out. So let me just zoom back in here. I'm just taking a look at roads just to see what else here. So, Sean is going to the Christmas light show on Friday night in Barrie. So we're Wednesday today. So by then, hopefully, I know there's going to be a lot of snow in Barrie. So you may see a lot more snow as you get into the Barrie area there, Sean. Like Connor mentioned earlier, there's potential lake effect snow over 80 centimeters is what some of the models are showing. But again, they are only models. So Veronica jumping in here, one of our moderators, snowfall warning issued for Brockville, Prescott. So again, I will bring the radar up, and that's the area that we were highlighting for the heaviest of precipitation, which is right in this area here, and you can see that bright blue on the radar hanging out in that area. So that stands to reason on why they've put that out there. And so Brockville might be seeing significantly more snow than other areas. So I'm actually going to try and bring up a camera from Brockville to see if I've got anything out there that I can look at. So let me just have a look here. So I'll pull this up. So this is the cameras at the 401 in Brockville. You can definitely see that there are quite a bit. The flakes there are much bigger because we're seeing them on camera and they're all over the place on the camera. The main lanes are somewhat still clear, but as you can see, the off-ramps are snow covered and slick. So this is a side view as we're looking at that south, and this is looking back west. So because of the amount of traffic, the lanes are basically staying somewhat clear, but we're definitely seeing impacts of that snow. And I'm just going to zoom back down here to Mallory Town just to see if I can see anything. So less snow coverage on the lane itself, and that's literally just going between Cornwall, between Brockville and Mallory Town. And I will highlight the difference, what we can see on radar here. I'm just going to pull it up and show you guys right in this area. You can kind of see there's kind of a pocket of dry air. There's not much precipitation in there, and that's kind of where your Mallory Town is, and you can see where Brockville is. So definitely, like I said, we've been talking about it a bit this afternoon, that we're getting pockets of areas that getting significantly more snow. Certain areas are definitely underperforming for this event. And, this is the typical thing that happens. One area will get 10 centimeters out of it and another one will get 2, and everybody will scream. Forecasters and meteorologists don't know what they're doing, but it's impossible to be able to be that accurate from one municipality to another, for example. So what else have we got here? Chloe asking, want to go to a birthday dinner in Kempville from Barrhaven, to go or not to go? Advice, question marks. So the biggest question I would say, or biggest thing I would say, is if you have winter tires and you've driven in winter snow, the roads aren't that bad. They're very manageable, especially on the main roads, like we've been talking about. If you're not comfortable driving in winter and you have, let's say, all seasons, then definitely going to be a lot slicker to drive in terms of getting from Kempville to going to Kempville from Barrhaven. And again, we are now 3:40 p.m. So the drive out will probably be worse than the drive home, would be my guess, because depending what time your dinner is finished, we're going to be at more of the tail end of this storm system. So, excuse me. So, that would be my comments in that regards. Obviously, only do what you're comfortable with. I personally would have no issue jumping on the road and driving between Kempville and Barrhaven at this point. But again, I've got good winter tires. That's definitely step number one. So, asking about conditions between Castleman and Cornwall. So let's go take a look at that. So Castleman to Cornwall. So, for example, the 138 looks pretty green in terms of Google Maps. I'm going to see if we have any cameras we can see. I'm skeptical on 138 because I don't think there are any cameras on 138.
There are definitely no cameras.
No, I was just looking. So I don't have any cameras to look at. The snow on the radar over that area, there is a little bit along the Seaway, but north of the Seaway, I'm just looking at my radar right now, and I'll bring that up for you to answer your question. So obviously you're traveling in this kind of area here. You can see that the snow is definitely patchier in this area. The snow band has weakened, but you have to remember again what time you're going. This precipitation here could move into that area, which is the heavier precipitation moving northeast. So just keep that in mind. But at this point, I would suspect, based on what we're seeing, that it's not terrible other than normal winter driving conditions. So hopefully that, Mary, answers your question. Chloe saying I'm prepared on both of those levels. Awesome. So yeah, Chloe, if you're good, I think there won't be any issue traveling between Barhaven and Kempville at all. So um, what else? Miss Kiki Bonbon checking to see Carlton Place to Barhaven, going in for 5 p.m., coming home at 9. So let's take a look at that. So again, same comments I'm always going to make. Anybody driving on the roads, if you've got winter tires, you're ahead of the curve in terms of having good traction for the slick road conditions. If you're heading into Barhaven from 5 p.m., I don't think you're going to see too many issues with that. You definitely want to plan for a longer commute, just because I'm just going to bring up the map here, depending how you're doing it. But let's take a look here. So road conditions right now are just slick, but if you're sticking to the main roads, obviously Highway 7 till you get to the split between 417 and 7, then it starts to slow down a bit. So you should be good to go to get to Barhaven. Again, looking at the western portion of Ottawa, area, there's definitely a lot more green and yellow than there is red. So you should be okay. Heading back home, I think you were saying coming home at 9. So again, same comment I made earlier. That's going to be towards the tail end of the storm system. So it's definitely going to be ending at that point. It may even be over at that point. So we were discussing, Connor and I, that between 8 and 10 p.m. is kind of the end. It may actually end even sooner than that, but that's kind of what we're predicting at this point. We are obviously still, 4 to 6 hours out from that window. So just bear that in mind, that's all it is it's a prediction. So I think you should be okay for 9 p.m. So getting a comment here, I think from one of our moderators, OPP. Okay, OPP made a post about it on Facebook about a collision this afternoon on the 417. Connor, can you maybe pull that up to see if you can find that? Veronica.
Yeah, I was just gonna jump in and say we just had 3 consecutive collision reports. It's presumably for the same one. It's going to be in Canada, eastbound on the 417, between Terry Fox and Eagleson. I cannot see it on cameras at this point.
Between Terry Fox and Eagleson?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm showing a crash on there, so I'll bring it up on the main screen so people can see. So, unfortunately, so this is the crash right here in between Terry Fox and Eagleson. So I'm going to zoom in. So that's what is being reported right now. Obviously, Google Maps isn't, there's a couple of them indicated on there, but that can be the user is just reporting on their cell phone from farther away. So that's all that is, but it would be in this area here. And sorry, you were saying that was eastbound or westbound?
It's going to be eastbound.
Okay, so Google Maps is not showing that yet because the eastbound lanes are green, so the slowdowns haven't shown up there yet. But we will continue to monitor that just as that gets updated. So I'm just going to pan out here. 416, typical slowdown here. I'm just looking at the split here as you're heading southbound on 416 from the 417. That normally gets backed up just because there's several lanes condensing down there. So even on a good day, we're seeing that condense. So I'm just going to squeak in here and see if I can. That's not a camera. So let me see if I can see anything here on any of these cameras. So this is looking south. So this is at 3:35, 10 minutes ago. Definitely quite a bit of snow happening in this area. And you can see there's only one lane that's really clear. This is 2 lanes here. So people are just traveling single file when that's happening. I unfortunately can't see any further south. Maybe this camera. Which one is this? This one's higher up. Oh, so this says looking north, but I don't believe that, knowing what I know from driving this all the time. You can see on the far, so this is looking south. This is a error somewhere along the way, but if you look on the far top and right side of the image, you can already see the traffic is just backed up there. And again, that's just rush hour traffic, which is compounded by the snow. It's nothing. Nothing out of the ordinary too much. It's not an accident, I don't think, that's causing that. So just wanted to highlight that. But we're definitely you're seeing all these side roads like in Ottawa that, a lot of red, a lot of yellow. Now that we're getting more to that peak of the rush hour traffic. So we'll take a pan over here. I'm just going to zoom in, and you can see that downtown Hull, heading out on the 50, is yellow, but Hull itself is quite red in many areas. So we can see the traffic conditions. Once you get past Boulevard de la Vérendrye west, once you get north of that, the 50 opens up and it looks fairly green for most of it. Again, not many major slowdowns there, a bit of yellow. Just scanning across here this has been red for most of the day near Masson. Masson-Angers, you're basically seeing this both directions red. I don't know if there's construction there. It's been red the entire day, so I don't suspect that's snow related, but again, might be just the norm. So zoom back out here. It looks like the 366 looks good heading up to Perkins. Or is that the 366? My eyesight. And then going up to Cantley, green as well. So once you get out of the city, again, main highways are definitely showing as better, in terms of the travel. So what else is in here? I'm just going to jump back in here. Mary, you're welcome. Happy to answer questions as much as possible. Chris from upstate New York, always good to see you on the chat. You're very loyal. We see you here all the time, so good to see you. You guys are getting some snow as well down there, I think. I'm just going to take a look. Google Maps will tell me that without having to check too much. A few slowdowns on the other side, towards like Fort Drum and that kind of area. So definitely seeing some slowdowns there, but I don't know how much snow they're getting. So always good to see you there. What else?
So I actually believe this may be westbound on the 417, not eastbound.
The accident that we were talking about earlier?
Yes, Google is saying east, but I believe it to be west. If you look at the camera at Canada Avenue on the 417,
Okay.
it's really hard to see in the background, but it does kind of look like there's some jamming going on with maybe a couple of emergency lights underneath the bridge. That's the only angle that is even close.
Okay, I think this is the one. I'll put up on the stream here so we can share. So this is looking back, essentially eastbound. You can see there's a pile of traffic in the westbound lanes. I think Connor is referencing, if you look at the top right of the image, there's quite a few lights under that bridge. Could be emergency vehicles, that kind of thing. So based on Google Maps as well, it's yellow in that area. So I would suspect that that's correct. It's weird. I'm zooming in. The reason I'm zooming in and out is I'm trying to see if those accident reports are there, but they're gone. So I don't know if they've been cleared out. But on my map, it's not showing those accidents anymore. So
they're still there for me for what it's worth.
Is it? Okay. So it's strange that mine won't populate. Sorry that I'm zooming in and out like that. I'm just trying to figure out why my Google Maps is not showing that. So give me a sec here. I'm going to switch a couple of things around. No, it's not helping anything. That's strange. Just a sec here. Satellite global. Okay. Interesting that my computer is just deciding. I'm going to do a refresh here and see if that will show them, but no, so for some reason I'm having issues with mine displaying. So I show other ones actually now that I'm looking. So on the 416, there's another crash being reported just south of Hunt Club. There's several reports of that. So traffic might be slowing down there. I'm going to see if I can find a camera for you folks on that, but there unfortunately isn't. That's right here in the middle by the log farm. So they're showing an accident kind of to the northeast of the log farm, if anybody's familiar with that. So heading out towards Followfield and Strandherd and all that. So there's two markers there that I see. I'm just going to look to see if I've got any more that populate, but we got an accident here just near the airport. This is still that Airport Parkway and Hunt Club. That's one's been listed there for a bit of time, so still showing that one. The interchange between 174 and 417 definitely showing red. Quite a bit of traffic heading eastbound towards the Orleans, Rockland area. There are two crash indicators, not on the 174, but they are showing as being on Montreal Road. There's actually, I'll put this in, and I don't have it even on the screen. Sorry, I apologize for that. So this is 174 in Montreal Road. There's three markers here for crashes, so I suspect there's a crash on either side of the 174, which is why Montreal Road in that area is absolutely at a standstill. So that's something to take into account. Heading east towards Orleans doesn't actually look too terrible for road conditions and travel times. Just going to pan around here. There's another accident marked up on Renault Road on just southeast of Blackburn Hamlet. So that's another area. Actually, let's test this out. So I'm going to take a look here because we've got all these crash indicators. I'm going to see if I can get on the City of Ottawa camera system. And we should have several cameras here that we can take a look at. So I'm not seeing anything. This is on Montreal Road looking west. Let's see if this one brings anything up. I don't see anything on that camera. This is also this is on the east side of the 174, and you can see traffic is moving. These ones sort of update, but so none of those cameras are showing an accident, but there's definitely quite a backup. As you can see, this is looking eastbound back towards the 174. There's quite a bit of traffic in those lanes, so it's just going to be a slow drive in essence as to what's going on today. If we zoom back out here, you can definitely see the impact of that rush hour traffic in the region. So just going to look here to see if there's anything jumping out at me. There is a slowdown on the 401. It looks like there's a crash here showing. So let's get this. This is just west of Brockville. I will see if I can pull this up. Let me just take a look here. That's Ontario 511. I'll see if I've got a camera that might see that. I suspect there won't be. Brockville. So that's going to be right in this area here that's on the map. So I don't have a camera, but there is a crash reported westbound, obviously affecting traffic, slow down there. So that's what we've got there. So let me bring back up here. Comment in here. My wife is in the office just across the bridge in Gatineau, making the drive home to Barrhaven in an hour, thinking it will be a much slower drive than usual today. Yes, it's definitely going to be significantly slower than normal. It's you can see that I'm going to bring it back up here. Obviously, the roads are pretty bad in terms of congestion, and normal rush hour traffic is bad enough. This is just slowing it down a little bit more. So patience will be key for anybody traveling. So hopefully that answers your question, but definitely going to be a slower drive today heading through the city. And again, main highways are the ones that are kind of staying the more clear. The side roads are the ones that are not. They're still accumulating snow and aren't seeing the plows as often. So that's what's leading to that. So 3:56 p.m. here. So we're still, I mean, peak rush hour, I would say, is around 5, just after 5 o'clock. So we're still going to see this kind of get worse. Just going to pan up here, looking towards Rockland. There's a few slowdowns coming into, where is this? This is for the ferry crossing. So we saw that camera. Let me zoom back out here. Where's the ferry crossing? That'll be right up here. So there's quite a bit of a slowdown here. So I can give you guys, you can see, unfortunately, the image isn't that large, and I apologize, that's the website. But if we're looking at Google Maps, the red part on this here is the traffic approaching that intersection, and you can see the long line of lights approaching that intersection. So we'll take a look. That's just normal slowdown. It looks like just increased because of the weather conditions. And then coming into Rockland, I know is usually fairly busy. So let's just take a look and see if I can find, sorry, that's the wrong cameras. I'm going to see if there's a camera. There isn't, unfortunately. The last camera is at that Cannon Road and the 174. There is nothing past that for that I can access on either system. We're both looking at the Ministry of Ontario and City of Ottawa cameras. That's what we have access to. So yeah, I'm just looking in here, zooming in, and there's no camera there either. So I can't give you a reason for that other than I think it's just regular rush hour traffic impeded by the snow happening this afternoon. So showing an accident on the 148 actually just across from Rockland. So that's another reason for this slowdown here. So that's east of Masson. And again, just showing that we've got a crash in that area. So I'm assuming there's going to be quite a few fender benders while we were off the air. I did see some posts from the OPP stating that, when this storm was moving through the Toronto or GTA area in a few hours, they had 80 accidents that they had to, deal with in the GTA area this morning out of the storm system. So expecting minor fender benders, hopefully nothing serious, and everybody gets home safe. That's the main thing that we're all looking for. So still, it's definitely, I'm bringing up the camera. This is again outside my house for anybody that's tuning in. Definitely seeing that the snow has tapered off here at my place. Not as heavy as it was earlier, so not snowing as much in the Kempville area. I will bring up the radar and we'll just highlight. So I'm sitting roughly right about in here. So you can see how there's a pocket of less snow, and now I'm maybe getting into a bit of a band of snow, but the heaviest of precipitation is still tucked into this area down from the Seaway, Brockville, Prescott, down to Smith Falls. The rest of the area is fairly patchy. There looks to be some precipitation kind of north. I'm just looking to see here, sorry, while this cycles. I'm actually going to stop it just on the last frame just to see. So I will, so again, we were talking about a lot of precipitation in this area here. The rest of the region is fairly patchy. There's a bit of a band set up here, but it's not super intense. And then there's all this stuff back to, around the Kingston area that's showing snow coming through the region. So Connor and I last night were talking about possibly dry air getting into into the system, and with that dry air, you lose your precipitation. That's essentially what happens. Is it short? I'm trying to think the best way to word it, but it dries out the storm essentially. So
Yeah,
dry.
like picks it apart.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, so that's what we're dealing with. So this event might, for some areas, it's definitely going to underperform. Like for example, if anybody is watching from east of Ottawa, for example, if you are, I'm just going to put it out here. You're in Maxville, Alexandria, St. Isidore, Castleman, any of those Eastern Township, cities, Avonmore, Moose Creek, just to see how much snow. I know Connor's in St. Albert, but I'm looking to see if there's, how much snow you guys have had out that way. If anybody can make a comment on that, it would be awesome if anybody's watching from that area, just so we can kind of see where things are at. So, what else have we got here?
I'll jump in. We've got a crash at on the 417. It's going to be based off the red on Google Maps now. It is going to be westbound, and it is between Eagleson and Moody.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll bring that up, and you can definitely see the impact of it already on Google Maps. So, and it's showing the crash for me. So I'll bring this up. So Connor's referring to center of your screen. So basically, we have Corkstown Road paralleling the Queensway, and the crash is located or marked right here, and you can see the slow up with red just before it. So obviously, if you're traveling to Canada from Ottawa, you're definitely going to get a slowdown in that area as you're passing through. So that's Connor, that's just a very recent accident that you're hearing on the scanner, or?
I haven't heard anything on the scanner about this one actually.
Okay. So that's just based off
I
Google Maps?
believe I believe it's between those two cameras between the Eagleson and Moody there.
Okay. I'll see if I can. Can you see it on the cameras, or? Oh,
Don't believe so.
yeah.
But you can see the traffic jams up there.
Yeah, okay, so I'll bring it up. There's a water droplet kind of in the way of this camera,
Yeah.
because it would be looking literally at that where that accident is. You can see there's quite a bit of traffic on that side, but at the very top corner is where that accident would be. I don't think we'll have a better camera for that. And this one has water drops on it as well. So this one's further away, so I suspect we won't be able to see that. But that's the area that we're talking about. Like I said, running parallel to Corkstown Road. That's where they always have that Wesley Clover Parks Campground has those Christmas lights festival. I don't know that they've gone on for, they do during the month of December. So for anybody who's familiar with that, that's kind of the area that we're talking about. So, Chris asking, what time do you think the worst will be over? We were saying that essentially it's going to wrap up, around 8 to 10 p.m. It may be sooner than that. The worst of it being is it's hard to say, because again, if you're in Brockville right now, or Prescott, or north of that area, the precipitation that's sitting right there, there's quite a bit of snow happening right in this area here. So it's all a matter of perspective. I believe, Chris, you're up towards the Armprior area, so up. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But that I don't think you're going to see a ton more out of the system based on what's trending right now. So just I would say in the next hour or two is probably going to be the maximum for you there in that region. So Rick coming in with a comment. Scanner is quite active now, mostly on the 416, 401 at the current time, though. Snow has gotten finer and the temperature is up to 2 degrees in Perth, but it's still just as steady. So temps are going up, which is interesting, which might be why we're seeing that shift, just because. So he's in Perth. I'm just following the low. So Interesting that you're getting 2 degrees in Perth. What else is here? Okay, so Chris is actually up in the Renfrew area. So yeah, you're definitely not getting 10 to 15 up there. I will say that Kempville, probably in that region, south of Ottawa, is going to have them. I think we're going to find the larger snow totals are going to be south of Ottawa once this is all said and done. So Veronica saying snowing like crazy in Cardinal, which if I zoom in, let me see if I can zoom in right on the edge of it. I know where Cardinal is hiding. So we're talking Cardinal right here, and this is that heavy band of precipitation. So that's what I was just saying, that if you're down here, it's snowing like crazy. If you're in these areas, for example, east of Ottawa, this is a perfect look at it. All of this area, basically, that's, I mean, it's, you can call it snow, but it's basically non-existent. So that's the kind of stuff that where you have those differences in the snowfall. I think the system right now, as the storm is moving through, is definitely a lot more broken up than models were expecting. And when we were looking at models, there was definitely a lot broader, larger swaths of precipitation banded together, which that's not what's coming through right now. So
Models do have a really hard time picking up on dry air.
yes, yeah, they definitely do. They don't handle them well in terms of the forecasting side of it. Uh, so, do you guys think this is a preview of things to come this winter on a fairly regular basis? Yeah, it is Ottawa, so I'm guessing yes. So, we've had some very light winters over the last number of years. I mean, listen, I can remember sitting in Smith Falls at one point and going, we just got snow in January, like first week of January, where we got a real, snowfall. So, we're starting out early this year compared to previous years. But if you look at historical, this is normal. We should be seeing this, but the last, I would say, what, 5, 6 years, Connor, that we've had pretty mild winters for the most part, short ones too.
Yeah, this is definitely the busiest start we've had in quite a while. Before astronomical winter, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, which is what, December 20th? No, that's,
December 21st,
yeah,
yeah.
December 21st. Yes, sorry. My brain stopped there for a moment. Okay, so Angela's saying, yeah, it's been snowing in the Spencerville Cardinal area since 8 a.m., and that's that band that has set up down there. I wouldn't be surprised if that portion that we were just talking about down by, Ogdensburg, Brockville, Johnstown, sorry, that area gets higher than what was predicted because it's kind of moving very slowly and it's snowing quite heavy. So definitely going to be some differences there. So Marie Rochon in from Hawkesbury. Good to see you. Hi, Tom and Connor. Light snow at the moment in Hawkesbury, which is what we were talking about. What I was highlighting here, just these light areas where it's more, I guess, gray than blue. That is definitely not going to see the snow that we're seeing back here by, Brockville, south of Smith Falls, Jasper, North Augusta, down to Brockville, Maitland, Johnstown, and all the way into Cardinal are definitely seeing quite a bit of snow. All the way back to kind of Portland, even Westport probably. So that's right now where the most of our snow is at this point. Not much to speak of anywhere else in terms of heavy snow. So definitely, I'm going to try and see if I can pull up the highway cameras down that way. Let's just take a look. Bear with me a moment here, folks. So I have only one camera, and that's the one that's at Brockville, which we already looked at, but this one's at 3, so that's 15 minutes ago. I think we've already seen these images, but I will bring them up just to see the difference. So you can see how much snow is happening here, where you can see right on the camera. This is, bear in mind, 15 minutes ago, but you can definitely see the large flakes and the heavy precipitation coming down. These are the 3 cameras at Brockville. And if you compare it to my house, it is snowing here, but it's very light compared to what is happening down in Brockville area. So that's the difference right there when we look at things. So, and like I said, we're always happy to hear from people that what you're experiencing, so we can kind of relay that information to others through the channel as well. So. Angela saying, I'm hoping that since winter started early, that spring will come early. Still far out for that. We can all hope for that. But I suspect this is going to be a colder winter and a longer winter is my take on it, just looking at models and historical information. So again, we'll all cross our fingers and go from there. So that's all we can do. Westbound 401 closed at Lynn for an accident just now. Lynn.
We just heard it on the scanner, yeah.
Oh, everybody's tuned into the scanner, so I have too many things going on, so I can't. Where's Lynn? What part of, where's, anybody know?
Just to the west of Brockville on the 401, you can see the crash logo there.
Yeah, that was the one I was trying to find. Oh, yes, I see it. Oh, there's several of them now. So let me pull it up on the screen here. Just anybody traveling the 401 corridor. So I'm going to zoom out here, but Brockville, obviously just almost in the center of your screen. We're going to zoom in, and we now have multiple crash notifications. We have one right at the bridge going over the railway on, it looks like the westbound lanes, and then there's 2 more markers for crash just to the south of Lynn. So that's what the scanner is talking about. So it seems like that section of the highway is a bit treacherous right now. Unfortunately, I don't have a camera that we can look at. Just looking here, just west of Brockville, and that would be, if I'm zoomed into here, we can see that that's the same portion of highway if I flip back and forth. But there is no camera there. So anybody traveling that way, you're definitely going to be expecting some delays and definitely something to keep an eye out for. So thank you for bringing that up. What else have we got here? Angela, northwest of Brockville. Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. I see so many names. I try and keep up with them, but I'm not the best at that. So Randy coming in here. Hi, guys. Yes, still snowing pretty good here in Prescott. About to do round 1 of the driveway. Thanks for what you guys do. Happy to have you on the stream, Randy. And you're stuck. If you're still watching this before you go outside, I got bad news for you, because this is kind of the heaviest of precipitation. And it's almost, Connor, would you say it's parked itself out there?
It's pretty stationary for sure.
So again, we were just talking not long ago that tomorrow, south of Smith Falls, between Brockville and Smith Falls up to Johnstown, I'm pretty sure we're going to see some higher snow amounts than the rest of the region, because this has been consistent throughout the day. If I play the loop here, and I'm just going to see when this goes back to, because we're 4:15. So we've got probably about, an hour and a half, hour and 15 minutes. So you can see it hasn't moved very much, that bright blue area. It's kind of just sitting there. So definitely quite a bit of snow throughout the day with that particular region. So let's just take a look here. I'm just going to continue playing it just to look at the rest of the radar. Again, once you start getting north of Ottawa, there's not a lot of snow. They're clearing the driveways here, just putting that up on my screen. That's one of the local driveway contractors. But so we've got enough snow here that, that obviously I measured earlier. We had a little over 5 centimeters. I haven't obviously been out in probably 3 hours probably. So I'll take a look. I'll have to do my driveway after this, but that's kind of where we're at right now. So, and we'll continue to keep an eye on this and see how things progress. What else have we got here? Only about 5 centimeters in Metcalfe, south of Ottawa, coming from 79 Terra Firma. Thank you for that. So I suspect most of the Ottawa area is going to be at 5 centimeters or less. They may get a little more than that, but definitely under 10 centimeters out of this whole entire system would be my take on that. So. And I am going to take a quick water break. I forgot to bring up my water, and I've been talking for probably an hour and a half. So I'm going to go take, I'll be right back. I'm just going to mute my mic. I don't know if Connor, you want to, if there's anything you can, I know you can't control anything from your end, but I don't know if there's anything you can fill people in on. I'm kind of throwing you under the bus right now. I mean, I can throw that we're just taking a quick break, but.
Throw the quick break thing on there, and I'll go see how much snow I've got here.
Okay, so we'll be back. Give us a few minutes there. I'm literally just got 2 minutes there. Chris making a comment. You're getting the tag team tonight. Tom must almost be time for a drink and a snack. So yes, yeah, it definitely is. So it's always fun to have you guys back and forth on the chat. So. Did I grab the package? Rick is asking. He saw my Amazon delivery happen just after we got on the stream. So thank you for the reminder, because I'm going to go out and grab that. So yeah, like I said, we'll be right back. I'm going to leave the radar on the screen. We're not going for very long. Just going to take a quick break and be back in a minute there. So. Okay, I'm back in the saddle. Got my drink and got my package. So thanks for sticking around. Um, okay, let's take a look at things here. So I'm going to zoom back out here and just see if there's anything new to report on the roads in the region. We'll start. Let's take a look here. Okay, so I will bring this back up. So roads continue to be about the same. It's what, 20 after 4. We're just getting to that peak of rush hour. So again, we'll look at the Quebec side, just to the north of Ottawa. We're seeing that, downtown is definitely still red. There's quite a bit of red even on the 105 heading out. The 307 also showing slowdowns as you're heading out. But once you get out of the main areas, the more out to the more rural areas, you're definitely, the roads are getting better. And again, the further north you go, the less we're seeing of that snow on radar. There still is snow falling for sure, but it's just not, it's not accumulating or impacting enough. So it's just zooming out here and going along the 50 heading out of town. We're still showing that green area for the roads, so good, reasonable travel conditions in this. We do still have that accident or crash that was showing on the 148 east of Masson-Angers. So that is still showing on the map. There is another one here showing just in Angers itself. So the 148 has a few areas, especially coming through Gatineau. There's all the light to light traffic is definitely red, and Boulevard de la Vérandrie is definitely showing stop and go traffic as well. So again, side streets seem to be the problem areas. The main highways, for the most part, are staying maintained as much as possible. So. Coming back into the Ottawa area, you can see very much red and yellow all over. So again, slow commute. Essentially, patience is going to be the name of the game here as we travel during the rush hour period heading home. Just looking here, the 417 174 split. Just usual slowdowns for the most part. I will take a look. I'm going to pull up the traffic cameras for Ottawa and just take a look.
Are you able to hear me?
I can hear you, Connor, yes.
Sounds good.
So this is the cameras. I'm just going to see which way these are facing. Oh, so that's heading down the 174. You can definitely see the traffic on the far right of the screen. All the red taillights kind of curving around the corner going towards, I want to say, Ogilvy. So that is definitely slowed down quite a bit. This is another view further back of that. Basically, we're looking eastbound at the 417, and this is the split between the 174 and the 417, sorry. So a lot of traffic heading towards Orleans, Rockland area, and then also splitting off going towards, 174 east towards Ogilvy Hunt Club and from there. So nothing in terms of accident that I can see on that. So that's just regular traffic slowed down because of the weather. We are still showing a crash here at the Montreal Road area. We did look earlier, couldn't see it on camera, but that doesn't mean it's not there. Also showing
Just so you know,
yep,
the Lynn accident sounds pretty bad.
on the 401.
Yes.
Okay, so they're obviously saying some kind of injuries or.
Rick actually said it in the chat there, which I'm
Oh.
hearing the same thing. It says tanker rear-ended may turn into a hazmat situation.
Wow. Okay, so it's more to do with what was being carried than anything. So so there's a bunch. So that's okay. So just to back up here, I've obviously left the Ottawa area now, west of Brockville, but that's the accident that we reported on earlier. I'll bring it up on the screen here. So this is this section west of Brockville where you're seeing these crash indicators. That is apparently potentially a hazmat situation where they're going to have to bring some stuff in to deal with that. So I would avoid that area. You can see that it looks like they've maybe rerouted some of the traffic onto Highway 2 along the Seaway because that's completely yellow. Following that, so they may be getting people off at Brockville and sending them down to Highway 2 to bypass that towards the when you get to the Thousand Islands Parkway, and then jumping back on the 401. So, Rick, and thank you for mentioning that, and Connor, thanks for that update. So that's what I see
I'm not
happening.
sure if I'm not sure if this is construction, but it looks like the east to get the westbound ramp in Brockville to get on is closed.
So if the westbound, yeah, so if the westbound one is closed, that's them rerouting traffic
Yeah.
off the 401
Yeah.
at Brockville. And yeah, now that I'm zoomed in here, so I'll bring that up. So that's what Connor's referring to here. They've got the ramps closed just to deal with that situation. So it looks like they are rerouting traffic potentially in regards to that. So dealing with this situation, and the map continues to get worse, unfortunately, in that area. So if you're stuck on the 401 or heading in that area, I would definitely avoid the 401 westbound. I don't know if it will. I don't know if it'll impact eastbound lanes, but right now it looks like westbound is definitely the issue. And again, just based on Highway 2 here being yellow, that's what I suspect is they're rerouting traffic to get around that. So that's a bit of a bottleneck right now for people in that area. And again, that's where that, if we look at it, and I'm going to get rid of the taking a break thing, that's where we've got the meat of that precipitation. So we're also starting on the latest scan. I'm just going to pause this or stop it at. So this is the latest scan, and so anybody who's new to the channel, blue is snow, green is going to be rain, or anything red is kind of freezing rain, and that's the interpretation of the radar. It's not always accurate because it's reading above the surface into the storm. So we're showing right where that accident is happening. That's where all that precipitation was. Unfortunately, we have no camera that we can look at, but that's where that heaviest of snow was, and so maybe that's what contributed to this accident this afternoon. So again, most of the precipitation is sticking south of Ottawa, and we'll continue to look at that. So I'll get back to the map for Ottawa and just take a look to see if there's anything that jumps out at me. We are again almost 4:30 now, so starting to see the arteries coming out of Ottawa getting busy. So the heading towards Castleman, definitely a lot more yellow slowdown areas. There's a red here just at, what road is that? I'm trying to make it says number 27, but I don't. It's trying to think if that's right where the Amazon warehouse is. Let me see if that's what that is. No, it's not the Amazon.
Boundary.
It's Boundary Road? Okay. Thank you,
Yeah.
Connor, for that. So, Boundary Road, definitely a big slowdown there as you're heading out on the 417 east towards Castleman. So, like I said, the arteries heading out of town, getting congested. Heading towards Rockland, Orleans, congested as well. The typical slowdowns here when I'm zoomed in is the Carling area, but that's normally slow, and it's just a little slower today because of the weather. Let me just take a look here. Still showing yellow. I think the accidents are clear on the 417 towards the Canada area that we had. We had a couple of them there. The map is yellow, but definitely not seeing any red in that area. So things seem to be improving in regards to those accidents that we had earlier. What have we got here? This Hunt Club Looks like there's an accident at Old Richmond Road and Hunt Club. I'm just zooming in here. You can definitely see a couple of reports of accidents, and it's red all the way back to Moody and then yellow as you head back towards the 416 interchange. So not a fun place to be. So roads are definitely going to be slick. I'll see if I can pull up a traffic camera for that. Let me just zoom in here. Find Hunt Club. Where am I? 416 back the exchange. No, there's nothing there that I can. That's Follow Field. Where was I? Lost my bearings here. Sorry. So, yeah, so that's the Hunt Club extension. So that's this. There's no camera down there. I thought maybe there'd be a camera, but the only one we have is here at the 416 and kind of Cedarview and Hunt Club area. So that's the only camera I've got that I can kind of look at, unfortunately. So nothing I can see in that area. But again, that's where we've got an accident down that area. Chris saying snow has pretty much stopped here outside Renfrew, which is not surprising to hear. There might be a little bit more on its way, but nothing of any significance there, Chris. Appreciate you giving us the update on that one. It's definitely, I think, Connor, it's fair to say that this is kind of underperforming for that region. I know we looked at some models and it was definitely showing quite a bit more snow for the Ottawa region and west of Ottawa and kind of northwest of Ottawa as well.
Yeah, it's definitely. I don't know if dry air is really getting involved with it. It doesn't look like that on radar to me. It's kind of just lighter snow than what models had shown.
Yeah, I agree. It's fairly patchy, is what it is, and it's just not as robust as the models. I know we were talking about when it was going to start this morning. It was definitely showing the lighter snow this morning, and then come midday and onward. We were looking at significantly more snow moving into the region, kind of what they're experiencing in the Brockville area where we had that heavier band of precipitation. That's kind of what we were expecting for more of the region, but it's very isolated at this point, and that's the difference, I think, in this event. So hopefully it's good. Just in regards to for commuting, for anybody that's commuting, it's obviously going to be better in that regards. Less snow to shovel too, so that's always good. But yeah, definitely not what we were expecting this afternoon, which is always good. So Rick saying that Lynn Road on the 401 may be extended closure. Oh, I see that. That was earlier. I'm going back here, so I apologize. Yeah, so loud and clear. Snow has pretty much stopped here outside Renfrew. We talked about that. Snow is coming down good at 417, 174 split. So that's, I think we were looking at that on the cameras there just a short while ago. Quite the slowdown there, and the cameras were definitely indicating that. So thank you for that update. That's from Peter. And then Veronica saying, looks like an accident at the U.S. border crossing in Johnstown and another east of Cardinal. Her husband said the roads are rough. So U.S. border crossing. Okay, that would not be fun because there's only one way in and out of that place. So let me zoom back in here. Yeah, there's literally a crash showing right at this. I don't think I've ever seen this. So anybody, and it's coming back into Canada. That's the part that's bizarre. So if I overlay this, so I'm going to show you guys. I don't understand this because this is literally the customs coming through, border services coming through back to Canada, and there's a crash reported on the other side of that. So I don't know. Does that? Anyways, yeah, I that's bizarre.
That's hilarious.
I don't know how you crash at 2 miles an hour, but I guess anything's possible in this day and age. So that
Rear-ended while getting the passport out.
well, yeah, that's the worst place in the world to try and do that, I would say. So Veronica, thank you for that. And you were saying also east of Cardinal. So let me zoom back out here and jump over to Cardinal. So I'm not showing. I am showing an accident on the 401 right now. Actually, now that I see that. So this is in the westbound lanes, but east of Cardinal. So that's what we're seeing there. I don't think I have a camera I can look at. So I'll zoom back out here and quickly scan down to Cardinal. No, the only camera I've got is up here at the next exchange, and it's out. So near Iroquois. So yeah, I can't comment on that one in terms of camera or give any information, but yeah, definitely showing a crash here on the 401. So thank you for that, Veronica. Accident right at the crossing. That takes skill coming from Kevin. Yeah, like I said, I'm sitting here trying to figure out how that would even take place because you're literally crawling going through those, through the gates there between all the kiosks. So. Not sure how somebody managed that one, but if anybody lives near there or has a picture, I would love to see that one. But excuse me. So, yeah, okay, let's get back to it here. Gonna come back to radar, bring that back up onto full screen. What time are we at? We're 4:29 on this scan. I'm looking for the latest scan to come up here. So I'll wait while we do that. And we'll see whether anything comes in that, this rain or the warmer temps, I think, are starting to maybe come in from the backside to the south of this. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. So
I've got one for you here.
okay.
It's a bit further away. If you go all the way out to the Bancroft area, west of Bancroft, on Highway 28.
Oh, yeah, okay. I see it.
Yeah.
Is there an Ontario?
Southbound lanes of Highway 28.
Yeah, I'm just looking to see if we've got a camera there. We don't. We have one. It's interesting. They have a camera just to the east of Bancroft, so I'll pull that up while we're waiting here. The accident is actually reported on 511 as well. It says collision, shoulder closed, Birchwood Drive, Bancroft Lane, and South Shoulder closed, saying at 3:20 p.m. So that's been there for a little bit, but Google Maps is still showing that as an issue in both directions. So I don't know if they've gone down to one lane of traffic and just alternating. So again, just to give folks an idea, Bancroft smack dab in the middle of the screen, and I'm going to zoom back out, just obviously way west of Ottawa, but that's one area or pocket that's showing in terms of an accident and slow travel there. So if you're watching from that area, I know we do have some viewers out that way as well that tune in sometimes. So thank you for that, Connor. 4:35. So our radar has updated. It looks like the precipitation has moved kind of south across the Seaway, south of Brockville. So that heavy precipitation. I'm just going to play this back here just to take a look. It's actually starting to thin out when I look at it. So this is our radar here. And the area that I'm referencing would be kind of in this area here. So if I back this up, you can see how bright blue it is there. This was at 3:59 p.m. about 40 minutes ago. And now it's kind of dissipating as we move through the frames here. And so the precipitation is definitely subsiding, north of the Brockville. It's still snowing there, but it's definitely not as intense as it was. Curious, though, on this interpretation of the radar showing the back southwest corner, the green stuff could be rain. Down in the Kingston area. So I'm going to take a look at cameras down in the Kingston area Just zoom back out here and take a look to see if I can see any kind of rain on the cameras to confirm that, which would be interesting. Yeah, okay. The 401 is very wet, so I'm going to pull this up. This is a camera at Sir John A. Macdonald and 401 down in the Kingston area. You can see that the 401 is extremely wet. No real accumulation in the lanes or anything like that, so there may be precipitation changing over in terms of from snow. I'm just going to look at some more cameras here just to get an idea. You can see there's still on the on-ramps, you can see that there's a bit of slush and accumulation there, but for the most part, you can see all the mist coming off the vehicles on the 401. So that's indicating quite wet in that area. So, Connor, can you look at the Mesonet for Kingston and let me know if it's training northward, positive in terms of temperature? Are we climbing in that area, or?
It's honestly, it's been rain in Kingston for probably 2 or 3 hours at this point. It's almost 3 degrees there.
Okay, so what we're seeing on the radar on the left side of the stream, that green patch is definitely
Yeah.
indicative of the rain. So definitely further north than I thought we would see that kind of precipitation. I'm going to take a look at cameras on Highway 7 just to see if it's reaching that far north or if it's cold enough for example. So interesting. So let me pull this up here. Kingston. Let's take a look at Caladar. Wow. Okay. So this is the difference between Caladar and Kingston. So I'm just going to bring this up. So this is Caladar on Highway 7. Very obvious that there's quite a bit of snow happening up in Highway 7 Caladar. Definitely far more snow covered. This is one of the more snow covered areas I've seen. So if we flip to radar, Caladar, is kind of in this area right here. So radar is showing rain, but that is definitely snow that is falling there, and it looks like it's very wet and heavy based on what I'm seeing on the screen here. So just something to consider, the difference between the 401 and up to Highway 7. So it's not a huge jump. So I'll go down to Napanee here and just kind of take a look. Same thing here. So this looks like wet, heavy snow. So this is behind, this is just near Napanee. Sorry, I just wanted to double confirm that. So Highway 401 and County Road 41, you're looking at very large snowflakes showing on the camera, and they look wet and heavy, but the surface of the highway is still warm enough that it's essentially not accumulating as much as it, for example, the camera we just looked at when we were looking at Caladar area. So drastic difference, but still slippery conditions where the slush is accumulating. So a lot of change in terms of, if you look from Napanee to Caladar, it's not a large distance, but it's definitely showing that there's a lot more snow. So I'm just going to take a look at the cameras. So Highway 7 doesn't look like a lot of fun right now. If you look at that image on the screen there, definitely showing a lot more snow and a lot more snow coverage. So much so there's not many people on the road, which is probably the right call. I'm just pulling up here Charbot Lake. We actually, the other night when we were doing, about a month ago, when we had the freezing rain event, this camera was where the highway was closed, and you can definitely see very little traffic right now moving through the region in terms of Highway 7. So the Highway 7 corridor, if I look at Google Maps, I'm going to bank out back here and take a look. Where were we? So there's Arden. So this is Caladar that we were looking at, where there was quite a bit of snow. So looks like traffic is light, and that's why we're only showing the yellow, but the Highway 7 corridor definitely on camera is showing as quite snow covered. I'm going to take a look. Perth, I know that's where Rick is. So in Perth itself, obviously this camera, I don't know why they install the cameras this way. They've got a camera literally looking at another camera in the main view. So I used to, for those that don't know, I used to own a company, a security company, and we installed cameras, and I'm baffled by this camera installation. So this camera is looking at another camera just so it can see the road. Then it's dirty. This one's dirty looking down, but a lot of road surface is covered with snow, so definitely slick. Once these cameras get at night, they're not the best, I would say. So definitely some slick conditions in the area.
I'm going to jump in really quick.
Yep, please do.
Scanner just says there is a crash at Canada Ave on the 417 with injury. Just reported they're heading there now.
At Canada Avenue? Where's
Canada Ave? I believe it's on the one of the on-ramps to the 417 on Canada Ave.
Yeah,
Between Terry Fox and Eagleson.
Terry Fox and Eagleson. Oh, there. Okay, that's got to be right here in this area. So this is the one. So you can only exit or get on. You can exit coming west, and you can only get on going east. There's no ramps the rest of the way. So that's by, the big commercial complex. The wave pool, I think, is around there. All that kind of stuff. So that's kind of center of the screen. So it sounds like it's off the main highway, but the off ramp is probably where the issue is happening. So just keep that in mind. I am showing another crash a little bit further east of there. And I'm actually going to see if we've got a camera that I can look at. So I'll try and bring that up there and see if I can spot that. Let's see if this camera will show anything. And it does. I mean, it's showing stuff, but it's not the one we need to see. So I can't confirm or deny. Which way is it looking? That's looking back the other way. It's looking in the wrong direction. So I was trying to see this camera here. This is the camera. This is looking west, and the accident would be to the right off the screen according to Google Maps. So unfortunately, I can't pinpoint that accident that we're staring at right there on Google Maps. So just a slick drive home tonight. Again, a lot of slowdowns, and as you can see, we're getting to that just before 5 o'clock, and most of the roads are starting, main arteries are starting to turn yellow. We have accidents that are populating all over the place, so we've got several of them reported down here southeast of Stanley's Corners, 416, and then you start motoring into Ottawa. There's accidents all over the place. This looks like one of the parkways. Definitely that's going through the experimental farm. Actually, there's an accident there, it looks like. So if anybody's driving there through the botanical garden area, they're showing a crash there as well. So I'll swing through to the Quebec side. Not looking, it's definitely looking slower as the day has progressed here. The 50 is definitely slowing down much further out than it was. We're now getting kind of to what is this, Boulevard de la Brosse. So after that, it's improving, or Route 366 could be another marker for folks. Then it kind of improves them from there. So just slow and slick, essentially. So that's basically where we're at right now. I'm just looking east of Ottawa. So that accident, I think there was an accident here by the Boundary Road, but it's just a slowdown. There's nothing showing accident here east of Ottawa heading out on the 417 towards Castleman. Just a slow drive. Let's take a look here. I'm going to see if I can pull up a camera there just to see if I've got anything. Sometimes I get lucky. I pull up a camera I know we were doing a live stream a month ago, and I was like, "Oh, there's an accident, in this area," and clicked on it, and the camera had it dead center. So sometimes it works out, other times we don't see anything. So it's a tough go. So I'm going to show you. This is just before you get to Castleman. You can see again highways snow covered a little bit, slushy. Crews are doing a pretty good job of keeping both lanes open. So not a lot of traffic on any of those cameras, but again, probably best to stay. If you don't need to travel, don't travel. That's probably the easiest thing. But a lot of people obviously commuting for work. So,
There's about 10 centimeters around here.
in your area?
Yeah, I went out and measured.
Okay. So Connor St. Albert, or St. Albert, let me just pull it up here. I'm trying to. Where are you? There you are. Oh, your dot's right there. So Saint Albert area, so just south of Castleman. Connor's showing about 10 centimeters. So Alan asking why even drive on these highways? Other than if you've got to go for work. I mean, I wouldn't go out. I have no reason to go anywhere. So as long as you don't have to go anywhere, that's always the take on it, I guess. So Alan's saying, or Alliance Rainbow. Sorry, I said Alan, but it's Alliance Rainbow. 7 cars in the ditch on the 401. So the 401 is getting littered with cars and ditches. I suspect it's between Johnstown and getting west of Brockville, essentially, towards Mallorytown. And there's still that big accident that happened there. I don't suspect that's going to be cleared up anytime soon. So 401 in that particular section had several hours of heavy precipitation there. So that's probably where, where a lot of snow fell in a short amount of time, so definitely slick out that way. So what else have we got here? Rick's going to throw the drone back up and take a look at things, so we'll keep an eye on that. What else have we got? Sorry. Let me swing back here.
Just to the east of that Mallorytown camera on the 401,
Okay.
an accident logo has popped up. But the accident is out of range of the camera.
Oh, yeah, I see that now, too. God. Okay, so 401 doesn't sound like a lot of fun, which it usually isn't. So I think Connor's referring to this camera here, but yeah, you're not seeing anything there. So I'll pull that up. That's the 401 Mallorytown. That's at the en route. Roughly, and again, the main lanes are slushy but not completely snow covered, so definitely varying conditions along the 401 there as we continue through this afternoon. I was just gonna take a look at something. So yeah, around Brockville, definitely not. Between Brockville and Johnstown, please avoid if you can. What else is here? Melissa's back in the chat. One of our moderators. Thanks, Melissa, for jumping back in. Is Alliston about to get freezing rain? I don't think we have any freezing rain kind of on our radar, but give me a sec here. I'm trying to... Okay, there we go. Are you talking about kind of southwest of Barrie? So that question came from Sean. So I just want to double check if you're talking about southwest of Barrie. If that's the case, I'd have to look at different radar for that. And so if you can comment, just let me know and I'll do what I can there. Melissa, hope everyone is driving safe in this terrible weather. Yeah, it's definitely not fun. So expired PCP is just venting about all-season tires on their vehicles that people are driving super slow. because obviously of the winter conditions, and all-season tires don't have the traction that winter tires have. So I get that frustration, yes. Yeah, we're, like I said, we're going to just scan over here to the roads again, and you can see I've zoomed further out, and you can see how yellow things are turning for the arteries around the National Capital Area, Eastern Ontario. Just take it easy. Just take your time. That's the best I can say. It could be worse. We could be in Montreal, and Montreal does not look like a lot of fun for people driving around out in the Montreal area. So definitely better to be in the Ottawa area right now than the Montreal area, as you can see. I mean, I can put both on the map there. And yeah, anyways, that's kind of where we're at right now. Sorry, bouncing around there. My apologies. Let me just see here. I'm going to go back to radar and just take a look. Charlotte Lake looks like... I'm going to see if I can find the Well, the image will be late on that. Sorry. I was thinking of looking at the camera at Charlotte Lake just because of this precipitation that's happening on radar just around that area. But the cameras don't update too quickly, so it's not one of those things I can check, instant. There's sometimes 10, 15 minutes from there. So in terms of when the update happens. So the lighting outside now from the drone is pretty. Snow isn't fun. Sent vid and pics on email coming from Rick, so I'll take a look at that. Chris. Oh, God, you guys are hilarious, saying he's been watered and fed. He's good for an hour or so. Oh, my. You do 1 8-hour session where you don't drink or you don't stop for food, and then you've got people on your back.
It's that Canadian Weather Live lore.
Yes, I remember that night. That was a long night. Let me go take a look at the email here and just see if I can find something. It might take a while if it's video from Rick. So, whoa, sorry, I've got audio on for this video clip, so I don't want to have that. But oh my. Seriously? Okay.
Are you watching the video I think you're watching?
Well, I'm watching a video from the Barrie area, Springwater, Barrie area, kind of Highway 11. I'm going to put it up because it's kind of, somebody really was having a bad day. I feel awful that, but I don't know how you missed this. So let me put it up. This is a video of obviously a plow truck driving with the dump portion tilted up. We're all human. We make mistakes, but this one does not end well for the driver, unfortunately. And you can see what's coming here. So, he stopped pretty quickly. Hopefully everybody was okay and nobody was hurt, but that definitely was not how you want to finish your work day. Let's all be careful out there. Everybody makes mistakes, and it's definitely, it's definitely a tough day at work sometimes. We've all had those, so I'll bring up some images here. Wow, those are nice photos. You gotta love those mini drones. So this is just Perth. So Rick sent these in. I'm starting to learn where I think Rick lives in Perth because this looks like it's just going straight up. I actually drive right past that all the time when I go out for my Northern Lights because I have a spot out that way that I go to, a couple of them. So, this is... anyways, Rick, thank you for sending these in. Beautiful view. That's back Highway 7 towards Ottawa. So, again, not a ton of traffic, but looks slick, but not very snow-covered. So, might be seeing conditions improve on the highways. Again, Rick, thank you for sending that in. What else is here? Um, Chris saying you're welcome. Yeah, Chris sent that one in. I forgot to thank you for that, Chris. But definitely, wow. Yeah, like I said, we've all had those bad days, and hopefully nobody got hurt. That's the main thing. At the end of the day, a truck can be replaced, so hopefully that's the case. So, uh, and then expired PCP, I'm just chilling, keeping my space, keeping my sanity. That's all you can do because you can't control the rest of it. So, saying it's generally concerning how many people have all season tires on vehicles today. Uh, yeah, and then betting that most of the collisions involve those people. So, yeah, they definitely give you less traction. So mathematically, I would say that's probably true, but we never know. I've seen terrible drivers with winter tires, so it's kind of the person operating the car versus what's underneath the car. You never win there. So it's one or the other. Okay, let me zoom out here. I'm just going to look at the map. What? I can't believe I made it here before Melissa's today. Oh, onto the channel. Rick saying, yeah, well, she was on the morning stream, so she has you beat there. But yes, you're in it before she was. So, uh, Aunt Barb saying, check out Bruce County road cams. Okay, good tip. We'll see what we can do there. I will pull that up. Give me 1 minute. If it's anywhere near, like I said, the Highway 7 corridor was terrible. So that's going to be some lake effect snow coming off of Port Elgin, I bet, is getting buried. Possibly. But so this is kind of west, way west. But let's take a look here. I'll see if I can pull up. I'm just trying to find a clear one here that I can see. Yeesh, that looks windy. This camera, so I'm going to show this picture. This image looks windy, which obviously it's a still image, but let me pull that up. So definitely a lot of blowing snow happening, and this is obviously off the water more than likely. So this is kind of some of the conditions we might see later on here, where not during the snow event, but after the snow event has finished, because of the fresh snow, there is going to be blowing snow. Winds are going to pick up to, we're saying gusts around the 50-kilometer-hour mark. So that will blow stuff around. So just keep that in mind, even after this event is finished. If you are traveling overnight, there are areas that could see blowing snow and obviously impact travel and visibility. So just keep that in mind tonight and go from there. So I am going to look towards the Barrie area. I want to see if like Wasaga Beach, no, it's not getting buried, but I wonder if this is getting buried. Not really. I'm just trying to see because I know there's a warning out there. There's a snowfall warning, and I'm just trying to see if it's bad right now or not. But we're way west of Ottawa, so we'll head back to our region and zoom in here. So let's take a look. I'm going to zoom back out. Jeez. Wow. So this is this is just for more curiosity than anything, but you can kind of tell where the snow or, winter weather is if you look at this map. Essentially, Eastern Ontario, obviously Western Quebec and South, and then into the U.S., New Hampshire, Vermont, you're seeing all those slowdowns, and that's obviously to do with the winter storm moving through the area, because it's not just impacting us. It's obviously impacting other areas as well. So, but we are concentrating obviously on the Eastern Ontario, Western Quebec kind of region at this point today. Brockville is still a mess. So I'm going to just kind of look around Kingston here. So bringing this up for the simple reason that you look at the highways running from, for example, Smith Falls down to Kingston. That's 15. Yeah, 15. Is obviously quite a bit of slowdowns along that, all the yellow. Again, Highway 7 corridor is definitely snow covered. For anybody that's tuning in, I can pull that up and we can look at some cameras. This is Highway 7 at Arden, and it definitely looks like there's far fewer people on the road because the travel lanes are definitely snow covered and pretty slick. So that camera looks icy. I don't know if that's just the way the light's coming off the snow, but that definitely does not look like fun for that area. And that's, again, Arden, Caladar. This is 4:53 p.m. So this is 12 minutes ago. My apologies. So very snow covered there near Caladar. Again, not seeing a lot on camera in terms of vehicles. So people are heeding the warning and just staying home because roads are slick um, and I'm just thrown here. I'm just looking at the text on the screen and somebody has thrown on the camera, look at the road. I'm not sure why that's on the camera, but it kind of threw me for a loop when I was reading. So, anyways, snow covered, obviously. I don't know if that's
Okay.
a notice for people to not, look at their cell phone. I don't know what that's for, but anyways, this is online on the website. So you can see there is traffic, but, quite snow covered. And you can see in this top left corner, there's quite a bit of snow falling here. This is Highway 7 and 37. Just for reference on that. So definitely snow covered in the Highway 7 corridor. And then this is the Maberly. We're starting to lose visibility here. But again, same thing, quite snow covered and slick out there. So let me just jump back on the
So
main thing. And Connor's got something.
underneath where that big snow band was for most of the day, we've got 20 centimeters in Westport. We've
Wow.
got 18 centimeters in Iroquois, 18 centimeters in Cloyne, and yeah, that's all I've got right now for you.
Okay, so let me. I'm actually going to put the radar here. Sorry, I'm going to try and zoom in on those areas. So uh, let's see if we can get. Sorry, so you had Westport. So I'm just going to highlight
Yeah,
that. Obviously, that's Westport right there. Where else did we have? Sorry.
Iroquois and Cloyne.
So Iroquois is further along the near Morrisburg, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so that's up in the top right corner of here, and Cloyne, which isn't showing up on the software, which unless I'm missing it, but so the areas that Connor is kind of referencing is kind of in this corridor right here, where the most of the snow happens. So again, not surprised to hear that we're seeing reports of 20 centimeters in there because that's where the heaviest of precipitation has been throughout most of today since it started snowing. Uh, so
Cloyne is on the left of your screen, north of Caladar.
Cloyne, Caladar, Perth. Oh yes, okay, yeah. So its coin is way. Sorry, I'm gonna pull it up here. So it stretched a little further back. That's coin right there. Uh, j- so yeah. Anyways, that's essentially what the corridor that we've had with the heavy precipitation. So those areas are going to see far more snow than, for example, Ottawa. Any of the parts in city of Ottawa, very underperformed for what we were expecting on this. So let me get back in here to some comments. There's been a whole bunch of stuff, so I'm way behind. So hopefully I'm not repeating myself here. But what else have we got in here? Connor's responded to a couple of things. Quasi questions was just out to the mailbox, and the snow has begun to drift into the driveway. I've got a cornfield across the road, so there aren't any trees to break the wind. So, yeah, that's what I kind of touched on earlier. That as this goes, winds are going to pick up. Uh, Connor, can you look at a mesonet, or can you see if the winds are picking up to the west of Ottawa? as
I
this
sure
system
can.
is moving out, to see if that's moving in a bit earlier, because I know forecasts we were talking after midnight for the bigger winds, and I still think it's going to be later in the day, but this isn't performing exactly the way we expected. So quasi questions, thank you for letting us know that. Yeah, the wind is definitely going to play a role later on. We can all watch my neighbor. He's snow blowing the driveway. My camera's about to go out, but anyways, I'll have to go and do my laneway there after, just having some fun. So
It has started to pick up around Bancroft and further west.
Bancroft and further west. Okay, so let's. It's probably better if I do it on Google Maps.
Bancroft is only about 20 kilometers an hour gusting, so it's not too bad. Further west, closer to Georgian Bay, is 20 to 50 kilometers an hour right now.
Okay, so it's moving this way. So it's
Yeah.
still going to be after midnight, I think. Obviously, by the time it makes it to Ottawa, Bancroft being right in the center of the screen, to the west of Ottawa, that is where Connor's saying that the winds are starting to pick up a little bit, but further west than that, they're getting up to that 50-kilometer-hour kind of gusts. So that is coming our way. So just keep that in mind. Again, just travel overnight and tomorrow morning, because the winds are going to sustain, I think, all the way till tomorrow morning. So definitely overnight going to be an issue for visibility and for drifting. So what else have we got here? How likely is it that roads will be cleared for tomorrow morning's commute, coming from Michael? Or sorry, is that Michael or yes, it's Michael. So yeah, the crews are going to have no problem keeping the roads clear, especially the main ones. Most of the side streets, I suspect, will be clear as well, because this should taper off in the next 3 to 5 hours. And right now it's a lot lighter than we were expecting, so crews will have no problem to get this up. So the morning commute, the only thing that you're going to run into on the morning commute would be drifting snow from wind. That would be the only thing I would kind of raise a warning for. Other than that, the rest of it should be pretty good. What? Kevin's saying it would have been more strange if it said "look at the sky" on that camera, those travel cameras. Yes, I would definitely start to wonder what's going on, but somebody's having a little fun there with that, putting that overlay onto the camera saying "look at the road." But anyways, always can have a little fun, I guess. What else is here? Rick saying in Perth, 14 to 16 centimeters in Perth. Thank you for that update, Rick. So again, we're talking pockets of snow. In my house, just bringing up the camera here, I'm guessing, well, that's from the snowplow, so I can't guess based off the guy, my neighbor there, Adrian. He's plowing or doing the snowblower, but I'm guessing we've got 10 centimeters or just under that would be my guess based on what we had earlier. Like I said, I had about 5. That was about 4 hours ago. So what else I've seen here? So in the past, I have seen 90 centimeters in 6 hours. Wow, that would be a mountain of snow.
Bring me there.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would love to experience that. The most snow I ever saw from a storm system, God, I'm 51 right now, and this would be when I would have been 25, maybe. No, yeah, would have been about 25, 26. Was a huge storm came through, and I was actually working, I was volunteering at the snowmobile club running the groomer, and going into White Lake, there was 60 centimeters of snow overnight, and literally, wow. I ran into 2 snowmobilers from the U.S. who were not able to go down the snowmobile trail with their snowmobile because there was too much snow. So they were super happy to see me coming through with the groomer, and it was struggling to get through with 60 centimeters. I mean, that's 2 feet of snow. So definitely most things are not made to handle that. So Also, oh yeah, so River Dog commenting Iroquois between Cardinal and Morrisburg. Yes, yeah, I just didn't have it on my map, so bouncing around a little too much. So, but I appreciate that. Thank you for giving me the pointing me in the right direction. So, what else as well? Da, 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 da. Trying to keep up
I
here.
will have to dip out at 5:30 for maybe 10 or 15 minutes.
Are you sure? Okay. Yeah, no worries. I know how to run the office, so we'll be okay. Uh, what else have we got here? Yeah, so I mean, again, anybody who's new on the channel, we started this about 6 months ago, and it was about severe weather and weather impacting Eastern Ontario and Western Quebec because it's an underserved area for weather reporting. So we've tried to do this as much as we can to get the information out. Anybody who doesn't know who we are, both of us are basically weather enthusiasts and been chasing storms. I've been doing it for 11 years to almost 12 years now. Connor, you're about the same as that. You're a little longer, or
Yeah, 2014 was my first chase.
yeah. So I'm 2014 as well. So
Yeah.
we both started at the same time. And so yeah, so we're weather anyway. So we're trying to bring coverage for people more, kind of in the now in terms of what's actually happening more than the forecasting side of things, because forecasting again doesn't go as expected a lot. However, we're basically giving you guys updates on severe weather and obviously snow. This is 10 centimeters isn't a big snowfall for Eastern Ontario. If we get into that 30 to 40 centimeter range, that's where things start to stop. People don't go out, that kind of stuff, because the road crews can't keep up with it. So it's definitely one of those things that definitely affects travel far more. So we're trying to come on here, and anytime your day-to-day routine will be impacted by weather, more than just minor. I'm not coming on here, nor is Connor, to tell you it's raining or it's snowing. And yeah, I mean, the idea here is to just kind of keep everybody informed as much as possible. So, Connor has been hydrated by
We don't do doom either. That's another thing.
Yes, we don't hype stuff up, and we don't do it for
Yeah.
clicks, what we call clicks or likes or that kind of stuff. It's just we're passionate about weather. It was something we saw that was underserved in the community, and so we're trying to help do that throughout the year. Obviously, winter is a totally different ballgame than summer, but that's our game plan. And we appreciate feedback from people. So if you want to see things that we're not doing, or you want us to change things, we're always open to criticism, comments, that kind of stuff. It's about you guys. If I'm sitting here talking to myself, I guess I'm doing something wrong. So as long as there's more than, just myself on here and Connor, we'll keep doing this. So we appreciate everybody tuning in. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do. Hit the like button. It definitely helps us out. It supports the channel, and it's free. It's a button that doesn't cost any money, which those aren't too common anymore. So I just noticed something. It looks like the 401 has a closure. So I'm going to bring this up. It is in the Kingston area. So let me head to that right now. So Google Maps is showing. Does it give any information of why it's closed?
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm trying to get. There's too many dots there. Permanently closed. I don't think that's the case. So
it says collision on Highway 401 westbound.
Yeah.
The left shoulder and the left lane are closed.
Yeah, so it looks like if we're looking at the screen right now, there's a crash to the west of. It says, I'm trying to figure out what exit this is. It says 38, but there's got to be a name for it other than 38. Gardner's Road. So there looks like there's a couple of crashes on this, and they're exiting. You can see that traffic is exiting. That's why the off-ramp is red, and everything is backed up here all the way back to the previous exit. which again is showing as Highway 9. I'm just trying to see if, Sydenham Road. So
You
anybody
can
in,
see it on the Gardeners Road camera.
okay, so I'll bring up, let me just switch back here and get to that camera.
Nice and clear camera too.
Gardeners Road. Oh, wait, there's two here. Sorry. There's three here. Wow. Right where that accident is, too. Oh, yes. Okay. So this is what we're just talking about. Thanks, Connor, for bringing that up. So obviously, based on Google Maps, and again, a lot of times we're making somewhat assumptions as to what's happening, but it's very clear that that's the case here based on the Google Maps traffic pattern. Obviously, they're exiting at all the traffic off the 401, and you can see all the tow trucks involved here. There's probably 3 or 4 tow trucks. Looks like a vehicle and a transport truck with OPP on scene. So anybody traveling west of Kingston, heading out of the Kingston area, please pay attention. You're going to be delayed. Obviously, they're rerouting and using the EDR, or the emergency disaster route that they have along all 4-lane highways now in Ontario. They've had that for some time. So again, this is west of Kingston, which I'm just going to bring up here. It's actually the western portion of Kingston, but it's just getting on the outskirts of that. So
Interesting to note that Kingston has retransitioned back to snow based on that photo.
well, yes, exactly. That's actually a very good point. Thank you for making that, Connor, because I was blabbing about the rest of it. So yes, the precipitation is shifting. So even if there is rain, there's no telling whether it switches back to snow. And based on what we just saw, obviously quite a bit of snow happening there. So Johnny,
funnily enough, there is a mesonet at that intersection showing 0.0 degrees.
so it's right at the freezing point. So obviously temperature aloft above that is obviously cold enough to be snow, and is probably very wet and heavy snow. So just wanted to say thank you to Johnny for the donation. We appreciate that very much. Huge thank you there, because that goes a long way to helping us on the channel. So I know Connor typed it in there, but I definitely want to give you a shout out in the stream, because it's a lot of work and effort to get this kind of stuff onto YouTube and keep up with it. So we definitely appreciate it. Thank you. Kirsten asking, will the snow be continuing throughout the night? What are the chances the bus will be canceled again tomorrow? So if you're talking Eastern Ontario, Kirsten, the buses will not be canceled tomorrow. I don't see that happening. The precipitation should stop before midnight. We're calling between 8 and 10 p.m. And I'm using kind of Ottawa area as the threshold, or most of Eastern Ontario for that. Obviously, the further west you go, the sooner that will stop. The further east you go, the later it will stop. So that's kind of what we're targeting right now. The only thing will be blowing snow tomorrow morning possibility.
I will say the latest North American model does have snow all the way until 11 a.m. tomorrow.
Is that the only model showing that?
It's kind of 50-50 between them.
And see, I spit out that information and then immediately I'm wrong. That's because I'm a weather person. Anyways, that's only one model, but I'd be surprised if that was the case, to be totally honest with you. My suspicion is overnight.
I would too.
That the precipitation's going to stop. If there was any, it would be extremely minor. But again, we're 7 hours or 6.5 hours from midnight. But Kirsten, hopefully that answers your question. Again, I don't see buses being canceled, even if it continued. I don't see enough accumulation that they would cancel that. So what else have we got here? I'm looking through comments, just making sure I'm not missing anything. So Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, a lot of comments about. Oh, Johnny's from. I read his first name, but Johnny Perth, Ontario. That would be awesome. So, yeah, Perth coming in strong with Rick and small
We
community.
should actually say he's from Australia, so we can say we have a worldwide audience.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so I'm going to bring up Google Maps just to share some information with you guys. So, whoops, I zoomed too far out. So, definitely you're seeing a lot of yellow happening, a lot of slowdowns. So, as darkness fell, more traffic because we're at that peak of rush hour. You're seeing that a lot of the roads are slowed down. They're not stopped, but definitely lots of slowdowns happening through the region, all the way up to Renfrew, into Pembroke. I'm like still going almost to Deep River. Essentially, we have those slowdowns, and that's all to do with the light snow and the roads being snow covered. So on the Quebec side, same thing all the way into Wakefield. A good portion of the 50 is also yellow. Even all the way up into Saint Jerome, Mirabel, Lachute, and then north on 323. So, again, just slow driving, what we normally expect for winter weather. If you've been in Canada for more than 1 year, this is not something out of the ordinary. It's what we expect with winter conditions. Snowblower going past my place, wish he would stop and do mine, but that's not happening. So I will have to go out after I'm done this stream and clear the driveway like everybody else. So just trying to see if there's anything else that jumps out at me. I'm going to zoom into Ottawa here. Sorry. I'm seeing if there's any traffic accidents that jump out at me along the 417. Still quite slow around Carling on the 417 heading westbound. That's pretty normal for this time of day. The split at 174, 417, still slow heading towards Orleans. Things have improved a little bit going towards Castleman, but still quite a few slowdowns along the way. So I'm just going to look whether there's a band of snow that's happening there just to see if that would make sense. But again, just slow travel throughout the area, and it's just best to be. I'd rather be safe than sorry is essentially the way to look at it. So, Perth, Scotland, yeah, that would be one where we're definitely going international along with Perth, Australia. So, just reading some of the comments here. So, appreciate the compliments in there as well. So, thank you guys. That goes a long way because. As long as you guys are enjoying it, that's why we're here. That's the main reason. So, Tornado Pro jumping into the chat, coming home after school, it looks like. So, thanks for jumping in as always. Good to see you. Oh, that's awesome that you shoveled somebody's driveway. That's always nice of you to do. There's a lot of people who can use that help. Seniors definitely do your good deed for the day. So, what else is here? Hubie, hi fellas, wondering if the wind conditions will wondering if the wind conditions will be in the morning. So again, we're looking at higher elevated winds. So we were talking during this event 10 kilometers an hour. They will pick up overnight. We're talking gusts 50 kilometers an hour. So significant increase in wind overnight into morning. And I think I'm just going to look at something. I mean, if Connor's got something he can say about it, but I'm just going to check a couple of things to see whether that has changed or not.
I will take a look at the 18Z runs.
Yeah, so, I mean, Environment Canada, I'm just looking at something here. Environment Canada saying, around the 10, 11 p.m. mark that the winds should jump to those 50 kilometer hour wind gusts. I think it'll be closer to 11, but I could be wrong about that. And they're supposed to stay with those wind gusts overnight till throughout most of tomorrow, actually. So
All day into Friday morning.
yeah, I was just going to say, it looks like it's going to be an extended event in terms of the winds. So tomorrow, the winds are going to be the issue with this fresh snow. It's going to be blowing around. So drifting will be the problem for that. So just keep that in mind for commuting tomorrow or driving around. But roads themselves should be clear just because crews will have time overnight. So
Definitely looks like 45 to 60 kilometers an hour with some localized 70K pockets.
So those are significant wins. So if
Yeah.
open fields onto roads, you're going to have areas where there are going to be drifts, and just you can have a clear road and suddenly have a bit of snow in your way. So just keep in mind and drive carefully. So that's the biggest thing. So let me jump into radar here. We haven't spent a lot of time on the radar just because we've had quite a bit of random air pockets of precipitation. But let me just take a look here. I'm just running the cycle here. So this is from probably 4:17 p.m. till now, so about an hour and 15 minutes within the last hour and 15 minutes roughly of precipitation. So I'm just going to highlight a few areas here. So coming into Barrhaven, there looks like there's a band of snow coming from just kind of to the southeast of Carleton Place into Barrhaven. There's another band of snow all the way back to Smith Falls, kind of tracking east into, let me zoom in a little bit more on the map so I can get some names to populate here. So we've got snow in here. There's a band. There's definitely a lot of snow, kind of Smith Falls area, Kempville, just to the south of Kempville, or maybe going through Kempville there. And then we have a bunch of precipitation tucked back in here, down by Kingston, Gananoque, kind of Lansdowne area. So those are our three main pockets of snow at this point. So that's continuing. There'll be some heavier snow in those areas, but a lot of areas that, don't have any real snow falling at this time. So what else is going on here?
The 401 is getting ready to reopen based on that camera in Kingston.
Okay, so they may have the traffic starting to flow there in the Kingston area. So, sorry, I'll bring you back up on the screen here, so at least people can see your mug. So, what else have we got here? I'm just reading some of the comments. Some I'm not repeating on the chat or on the stream, but we'll let you guys continue down the road of not, yeah, anyways, I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, so Connor saying, so I'm going to just see if I can pull up that camera and just see if we've got that.
They just towed away the final vehicle.
Yep. Yeah.
And they're getting ready to reopen.
Okay, and that's based on the scanner or what you're seeing on camera or both?
The camera.
Okay. Yeah, I can. Okay, so I've got the camera here, so you can see the OPP down the highway, obviously checking to clear things out, and then MTO's folks sitting, or those are the contractors that clear the highway, so they're going to have to send the plows through to clear that up before they'll send traffic through. So that will be open fairly soon, hopefully. So that's some good progress there. West, on the northwest corner of Kingston, heading out of Kingston. So good to hear there. I'm going back to Brockville. We'll cover that one here. Switch back to it. So Brockville is definitely not improving. Still red, considering it. I don't even know if the highway's open there. I'm going to take a look to see if I can pull a camera from Brockville. Where are we? Further. Here we go. It's probably too far. So this is at 5:25, 10 minutes ago. Definitely getting snow in the Brockville area. We can't see far enough down westbound on the 401, but traffic is moving in this area here. But further down, it looks like it's obviously at a standstill based on the Google Maps at the next exit. So I think they're still, yeah, the ramps are closed for two, yeah. And then, so there's still two ramps closed, and it looks like they may be trying to exit people off of it. But so that's still an issue down there in the Brockville area. So anybody traveling the 401, either get off and avoid it, or you're going to have to be patient just through this whole area along Brockville and that Highway 2 area. Just bringing up Johnstown. So definitely quite
Back in 10 or 15 minutes, Tom. Sorry.
Yeah, no worries. So essentially, just make sure you mute your mic. Let me actually, I'll solve that from my end if he forgets to do that. Mute. That should solve that problem. Okay, perfect. Back to this. So Johnstown area, definitely showing a slowdown there. So the off ramp for the from the 401 to the 416 is definitely showing slowdowns. You've got some red and yellow. So I'm going to check if that accident is still showing. We were seeing that earlier. So the border crossing doesn't have the accident. Anybody who's tuning in who wasn't here earlier, there was literally an accident right at the Canadian Border Services, which I'm baffled how something like that happens. But anyways, just zooming out here, 416 is quite slow. It's probably because there's a fair bit of precipitation. If I switch over to the radar, and just to highlight where that is this area right in here. So you can see there's quite a bit more of that blue representing snow. So that's what's causing that more than likely. So what else have we got here? What else have we got here? Quasi question. Sorry if you've already answered this. On the radar, is green an indication of rain? I know blue is snow. If the green is rain, I wonder, will that track into the Winchester Metcalfe area? So that is correct. That's what radar is interpreting. But again, because radar, the further away you get from radar, you're basically reading higher up in the storm. That's the interpretation of what the radar is seeing. However, because we were looking at that camera down by Kingston, so if I bring Kingston up into the window here and zoom in, all of this precipitation was landing as snow, as we saw on that accident that was happening in Kingston that they were clearing. So this looks to be coming down as snow, even though it's showing green on the radar. So again, it's what the software is interpreting, and it's not always 100%. So that is moving eastward, but again, more than likely going to be snow into the Winchester Metcalfe area. I don't see it as being rain. Even down there in Kingston, where it's right at zero, it's still coming down as snow, and that's kind of what's throwing the radar probably off somewhat. So anyways, that's so hopefully that answers your question, and it's a good question to ask, so thank you for doing that. Let me zoom back in here. So I'm going to just take a look at more road conditions, just kind of see what's happening in the area, so bear with me. Essentially right now, if I look at it, and I'll pull it up, the 416 itself, all the way from 401 for the majority is in yellow, slow driving conditions. 417 through Ottawa, mostly yellow. Heading out to Renfrew, and then up into Petawawa, mostly yellow, Deep River. So slow travels all throughout the region with all this snow that's happening. Roads are slick. Better road conditions along the 401 going east from the 416 interchange into the Quebec area. Obviously, when you get to Montreal, definitely not fun in Montreal right now. I would not want to be caught up in that traffic because you can see most of the surrounding area is yellow and quite a bit of red throughout. Highway 50, mostly yellow on the Quebec side, coming back towards Gatineau. What else is happening here? So The 5 up to Wakefield, fair bit of it is yellow. So again, just a common theme. I suspect most of this is going to start improving. We're 5:40 p.m., so I would say in the next 45 minutes to an hour, we're going to see these road conditions improving as there's less traffic on those roadways. So, Rick, thank you very much. Just want to appreciate the donation. Definitely. And the comment in that donation is to tell me to make sure that tell Tom to hydrate. So yes, I'm definitely doing much better job of it now that I have my water up here. Rick, thank you very much. And I just hydrated to make sure that you guys can timestamp that and put that in the logs. So we're all on top of it, kind of thing. So anyways, thank you very much for the donation. Much appreciated. Let me just take a look around here to see. Actually, one thing we haven't looked at today was whether there's any power outages. Sometimes with the heavy snow, it affects obviously trees coming down on the lines. So I'm just going to pull that up. So this is another thing that we look at. I wasn't really expecting any major power outages. Obviously, there is, I think, so I'm going to back this up here. So west of Ottawa, when we're talking Orillia, Barrie, towards, the lakes, essentially, the winds are picking up here. So with the heavier snow possibly on the trees and then the wind picking up, it may actually end up causing power outages with stuff falling onto power lines and causing it to go out. Even Hydro One has a warning to prepare for potential outages. So always good to do that. Overnight, I would make sure your stuff is charged. As you can see in Eastern Ontario, no power outages reported all the way essentially from North Bay back to Ottawa into the eastern townships down to Kingston. But I suspect, as you can see, these little areas of power outages, that's where the winds are starting to pick up and they are moving eastward. So just keep that in mind overnight. It definitely could become an issue where you lose power overnight, especially, for example, the areas that we were talking about earlier. And my mouse, I'm trying to find my mouse. I have 3 monitors, so apologize for that. But, we were talking about south of Smith Falls, where that heavier precipitation, where we've had reports of up to 20 centimeters. If that's wet, heavy snow, that definitely could become an issue as the wind picks up, and if it's on a tree or a branch that comes down, then it could definitely be a problem. So just something to keep in mind. So right now, nothing in our region, so that's good on that front. Let me just quickly go back here. Okay, what else have we got? I'm just checking our book here, not our book, our web page on Facebook, just to see if anybody's posted anything. And if I haven't mentioned it in a while, if you want to report to us in terms of what you're seeing, measurements of snow, we always love seeing that. So if you've got anything that you want to submit with a measurement, for snow depth, you can send it to our email, which is at the top of the screen, canadianweatherlive@gmail.com. You can also join one of our Facebook pages, which is Canadian Weather Live Reports. So that's where it's a community, and you can submit reports and post anything weather related in there. If it's not weather related, obviously we'll take it down, but you can send that to us, and we can share it on the live stream as well. When you guys submit that. So, I just haven't said that in a while, so wanted to cover that. We also have Canadian Weather Live, our Facebook page, so we post on there when we are going live on YouTube or any kind of other stuff. So that's also a good resource as well for anybody that's looking to contribute. So we appreciate that. Need to start a GoFundMe for a studio water cooler. Yeah, well, I actually have, and I've been talking about this. I'm looking around because I have a mini fridge that I could relocate into the office. My concern is just the audio from it, with the compressor running or the little cooler or whatnot. So the beer cooler I definitely could go for. That definitely would make those 8-hour streams even better. Which Rick just wrote, beer cooler, those long streams could get fun. Yes. So what else have we got here? Just making sure I'm not missing anything in the chat. So again, thank you everybody for being on the stream. We really appreciate it. I'm just going to zoom out here, see if anything has changed. Let's see if that stuff. Brockville is still a mess. Highway 7. So let's look at some cameras just to see. Let me see if I can find this. Bear with me a moment. Okay, so I can confirm that the 401 is reopened down at Kingston. So here you can see traffic is now flowing past that exit. So they do have the 401 reopened, and it looks like this shot, this is at 5:44, so about a minute ago. You can see that the OPP are leading the traffic up the hill. So this just happened. So the 401 is now reopened down in the Kingston area. So that's one good sign. I'm going to take a look to see if anything else has changed. The Brockville area is still a mess. I don't see anything changing there anytime soon. I'm going to take a look at some of the cameras on Highway 7 again to see what's happening there. Let's take a look and see if we can find a good one here. So it looks like I'm jumping. Wow. Is that snow? Sorry, I'm just looking at some cameras here. So, wow. Okay. Let me bring this up instead of just saying wow. I'm going to bring it up on the screen here. So this is down Blairton, near Blairton on a Highway 7, which is west of Marmora. They look like they got quite a bit of snow there. This is the Highway 7, and it looks very snow covered. So far more snow that far west. Just if anybody's traveling, you can see it on the trees. So there's definitely far more snow down towards Norwood. Let's take a look here. That one's offline. That one's they're all offline, so that's not happening. I'm going to look closer to Peterborough. So there's a drastic difference. Peterborough definitely got some snow today, slushy and snow-covered roads, as you can see here, but nothing too bad. But this camera, this is the most snow I've seen on a camera, which was the Marmora one. Again, that looks like a ton of snow. Significant amount of snow compared to anywhere else that I've seen so far today, in terms of on camera. Looking at Madoc here, definitely snow covered roads, a bit slick. Traffic is moving, and it's coming down quite a bit there right now, as I can see on the screen. This was at 5:32, so this is 15 minutes ago, but I can definitely see big snowflakes on the camera itself. So where is this? This is maintenance camera at Highway 7 and 37. Again, snow covered, snowing quite heavily on this camera that says look at the road. So this was the ones we were looking at previously, but you can see that there's definitely far more snow happening in this area right now. So this is coming our way. Whether it makes it all the way or not, I'm not 100% sure, but anybody traveling Highway 7, take your time. Let's see, this is Caladar. So I'm just kind of going through from west to east. Caladar, again, quite snow covered. You can actually see they plowed the opposite side of the highway, and there's definitely quite a bit of accumulation on the highway. So Highway 7 will be the most snow covered I've seen on cameras at this point during this live stream that we've been having. So let me see here. So again, yeah, there's definitely a fair bit more snow even here. This is in the Highway 7 and Arden area. So just kind of making my way down. Not much traffic, which is good. So the Highway 7 corridor has definitely seen quite a bit of snow today. And the other area that's seen quite a bit of snow, we're talking about in the Brockville area. Bring that back up here and zoom in. So kind of, I'm just going to highlight it. Kind of in this area here has been where most of the snow has been happening in our immediate region in Eastern Ontario. So, yeah, definitely, definitely some areas getting quite a bit of snow, and then areas like Ottawa definitely missing out on snow. Kempville, my camera unfortunately doesn't work well in the dark, but there's far more light from the tractor across the road, so we can see, but there's not really any precipitation happening here. So if I flip to radar, just highlight where I'm sitting, I am roughly in this area right here, just to the north of Kempville. So that's what you're seeing on the camera here. So not much snow falling at this time here in the Kempville area. So definitely a contrast as to what happens throughout the region. So let me take a look here. I know we had some drone shots from Rick in the Perth area, so I'm just going to look at the Perth camera. They're terrible, so we're not bringing them up on the screen. I'm going to see here 416. That's not the best camera, so I'll bring it up, but 416 is snow covered. This is at the Rideau River crossing in the west lanes heading southbound, essentially. So these are the southbound lanes. Definitely snow covered, but and slick, but looks like things are moving fairly well through that area there. So what else have we got here? Lake Time, welcome to the chat and welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. It looks like Connor's back with a smile on his face. So I've muted him though, so I'll have to unmute him. Let me just see here. There. Can you test, Connor?
Testing.
There you go. We're back.
Welcome back.
Yes, welcome back, Connor. There's a show that we used to be based on, Welcome Back, Cotter, but for the older folks in the chat. Do you even know what?
He's always got to go to work tonight, so I'll stick on until about 6:30, and then I got to clean off her car and get her ready to go.
The gentleman.
The gentleman.
Yeah. I don't think. I mean, honestly, I don't think we're going to be much past 6:30 because I think most of the traffic is going to be done by that time. I'm kind of keeping an eye on things just as things progress here, but we've covered a fair bit of it. I mean, we're not gonna stay on here just telling people it's snowing, but it looks like the commute. Wow. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how much we're now at 6 o'clock, and I'm gonna show you what Google Maps is showing for Ottawa. Half an hour, 45 minutes ago, that was mostly yellow and red. And now because we're getting outside of that window and probably people going home a bit early due to, obviously the bad weather, the traffic is improving and the road conditions are improving and crews are being able to stay on top of it. But if you look, there are still quite a few accidents. Crash, 307 definitely has a crash on it. I hate when it does that, sorry. There's another crash here in Gatineau. There's crashes all over the place. So still very slick, and you'll notice most of those crashes are not on the highways. They're mostly on the side roads, which is what we were talking about earlier. So just keep that in mind that, the main highways will be easier to travel on than the side roads that haven't been plowed yet. But things are drastically improving in terms of, rush hour traffic. So definitely getting to the better side of this event for the commute this afternoon and evening. So, yeah, like I said, I think we will probably honestly stop the stream around 6:30. So if anybody has questions or comments or anything like that, fire away. But that's kind of, I think, what timeline we're going to be on. Again, we're expecting things to kind of taper off in the 8 to 10 p.m. Range. I'm just going to look at radar here to see if that's still going to be kind of accurate. So things are receding, looking at the radar from the west to the east. There's not a lot of precip behind it. I don't know what the models we're seeing, but just watching the radar here, if we go full screen and I zoom out, we're definitely seeing that western edge of the precipitation kind of arcing out like this as that low moves through. And so, yeah, I still say 8 to 10, we're still probably going to be on the money in terms of that precipitation moving out of most of the eastern Ontario region. Obviously, the exception to that might be the far eastern townships towards the Quebec border as well. So just something to keep in mind there.
So there's another crash just to the west of the Gardeners intersection in Kingston. Same spot almost.
So it's funny, you left and I just showed that they just opened the highway again. Literally, I had a clip of the OPP leading traffic, and there is another crash showing there. Oh my God. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Rick's saying he's going out to plow the driveway. So, Rick, yeah, I don't know if you're still here, but we'll probably be off around 6:30. I mean, we're not pulling it right at 6:30, but that's probably the timeline. So good luck with your plowing if we don't see you, and thanks for tuning into the chat. So I'm going to see if I can pull up that camera down there in Kingston and see if they're back to being at a standstill.
Oh, they sure are.
Oh my God, they are too. Oh man, people. What?
It looks better on the latest one, though. 2 minutes ago, it updated.
But it stopped, like you can tell. So I'm going to bring it up. Sorry. So this is the same camera that we just looked at. In the center was the accident. They got rid of it. And now you can see all the brake lights just stop basically at the top of the hill. The accident's kind of around the corner. Kind of the road bends kind of to the left, or the highway does. So anyway, so there's now a problem again west of Gardeners on the 401 in the Kingston area. You can see that it's pretty wet and slushy. I don't think that's freezing to the surface yet. Curious, Connor, if the temperatures are dropping just with the sun going down and everything. I mean, we're, hour and a half since that's happened. I don't think the temperatures are going to drop that much tonight.
They will. It gets really cold tonight behind the front.
Once the front comes through, right? After midnight?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
No. It'll be below freezing down there by like 7 o'clock probably.
That early? That's in an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah, just below freezing, but not really, like, sorry, I misunderstood. So the real cold is coming when? And what do we consider real cold? We should clarify that. So we've had some minus 24 nights. We're not getting that cold.
No, the temperature when I go to work tomorrow morning at 6 o'clock will probably be around minus 12.
Here in Eastern Ontario, down in Kingston, it's not going to get that cold.
Minus 12 to minus 14, minus 10 around Kingston.
Yeah, I was going to say they're probably just going to touch double digits in terms of negatives. So, okay, what else have we got? If anybody has questions, obviously, fire them away. Chris McDonald, Old McDonald has to go. Did a great job. Thank you. We appreciate you tuning in. As always, what else do we got?
Chris, I love that you talk in third person. It's really funny.
Yes, he's like I think Chris has been on these streams since like the very first ones. Anyways, I'm pretty sure. So, Lake Time asking if we're getting much through the night in terms of precipitation. No, I don't think that that's going to be once this moves out. And as I was mentioning just a short while ago, you can kind of see the western edge of where that precipitation is receding eastward. And so overnight, you might get trace amounts, but nothing of any real significance would be my estimation on this. So, like I said, things are improving, which is great. I'm going to just take a look here to see if there's anything else that jumps out at me. Highway 7 looks still yellow for most of it. I'm going to actually check on that Bancroft one. It's so the accident that we mentioned, probably it's been a while, hour and a half or so. Excuse me. From the west of Bancroft is clear and open, so that accident is gone. I can confirm that. I have a question in the chat here. Are you seeing anything coming up in the coming days on future radar in terms of snow? So, future, I'm going to comment on the future radar part. That we see that question a lot about future radar, and that's something that the Weather Network has. All that future radar is a model. So it's the same models that we look at, and one of the things we do is we look at about 8 to 10 different models that we have access to. We don't look at all of them. So the future radar is just a supercomputer trying to predict what's happening. I find it confusing for people when they label it as future radar, because some people assume that's what's going to happen. That is simply just a model trying to predict what's happening. So I'll let Connor talk about what's coming up, because Connor's the forecaster out of the two of us. That's his expertise. So I'll let him comment on the rest of it.
There's actually not too much from now until I would say December 20th. 10 days is long to look at, but there's not too much on models. Maybe one small one late next week, but other than that, it's fairly dry. And then maybe closer to Christmas, it actually may warm up and we may have a melt.
Yeah, and that traditionally, I've kind of been waiting for that, to be honest with you. I'm surprised at how long we've managed to sustain the cold, obviously to do with the polar vortex, but it's definitely, we were talking about that early on the stream, that we're definitely got an early start to winter, and we've seen some, I mean, I hit minus 24.4 on my weather station the other day, which in the first half of December, or even in the first week of December, that's cold. Those temps are usually January, February, so definitely not something you normally see. So also a question here from Sherry asking, I have a friend traveling from Sherbrooke tonight to Cornwall. What time do you think would be the best to make that trek? The later, the better. I think the bigger problem for your friend coming from Sherbrooke is going to be getting through the Montreal mess. I will pull up the map just to show you so you can understand. You can see that obviously around Montreal on the island, the commute there is still pretty bad. But once you get on to the 20, so depending exactly which route, whether they're coming through Beaconsfield, wherever, once you get kind of on 30, then onto the 20, and then onto the 401, it's pretty good. You just have to get to the western portion of the island, before the commute improves. So right now, leaving Sherbrooke would be a little tedious just to get through Montreal. So I would probably say wait another hour, hour and a half, and then make the commute. In terms of weather, I don't think there's going to be a massive difference in terms of that commute. There's still going to be precipitation, but I don't think it's going to be any better or worse. If they can leave quite a bit later, 9, 10 o'clock, like I said, that's where we were kind of thinking things would end in this region. Then that's even better at that point. So, Sherry, hopefully that answers your question. And it's Sherry Lynn. I apologize. I didn't see that. So, Lake Time saying, good to hear. You guys are the only ones I trust for real weather. That's awesome. We appreciate that. Both of us work hard at bringing you guys accurate information. And we did talk about that briefly, that we don't hype stuff up just to get people to tune in. I would rather tell you you have nothing to worry about than tell you that you have stuff to worry about when it comes to weather impacts, whether it's summertime or wintertime. So we always try to err on that side of things. So
That new snow squall warning around Barrie says 30 to 50.
the one that just is in the that popped up on radar there.
Yeah.
So what Connor's referencing, just so we know, I'm gonna. There's lake effect snow basically potential here if it'll load. Hopefully the app isn't gonna crash on me. Nope, there we go. So let me zoom into that. So this is the warning. It's a snow squall warning for the next 14 hours. So I'm just going to bring that up and read it because it's probably pretty small on the screen. I will blow it up. But what they're saying is there's an orange warning. So Environment Canada has changed their warning system in the last few weeks. And so yellow is minor, orange is moderate, and red is basically extreme or the highest possible type of warning. And the color isn't associated to the type of event. It's just on how serious the warning is. So it could be for snow, it could be for wind, it could be for rain, tornado, all sorts of different things. So just wanted to clarify that because that has changed from Environment Canada in the last number of weeks. So they're just saying that there's a snow squall warning in effect. They're basically expected tonight through Thursday, and they're saying that total local snowfall amounts of 30 to 50 centimeters is possible. Obviously significantly reduced visibility in heavy snow and local blowing snow, and that has to do with obviously lake effect coming off the water. And I'm going to just cycle the radar here for folks just to see, is that going to play for me or is it going to just crash? This radar is giving me a hard time. I don't know if that's this. We've been having trouble with the software, so I don't know if it's the software. It doesn't seem to want to load, so let me try a different radar here. That one is quick to load. Okay, so I can use this radar. This is, which one am I on? I'm on Exeter, so southwest Ontario. So we can see as the system moves, as the winds move across the lake, they're picking up moisture and they're essentially just transporting it and then dumping it on land. So this is what we call lake effect snow for anybody that's not familiar with it. So you can see a classic example of that happening right now where you just get this repetitive, I call them a conveyor belt of snow, and they can be just very narrow bands that 1 kilometer of difference can mean going from no snow at all to 2 feet of snow, for example, at the end of an event. So that's what the Barrie warning is for. That radar is not currently cycling. I don't know if there's an issue there, but that's what we were looking at. So anybody who may be tuned in from that area, that's what's happening. So I'll switch back here to our Franktown radar and see if it looks like the snow is picking up again in that south of Smith Falls to Charbot Lake down to Brockville area to Rockport based on what I'm seeing on radar here. So there could be even more snow coming for those areas that Connor was getting reports of 20 centimeters already. So there could be more of it coming for that, south of Smith Falls or even into the Smith Falls area. So
it's impressive that it's just sitting there all day.
Yes, correct. I agree. It's just been regularly snowing in that area throughout the day. So what else have we got here? Thank you very much. That really helps coming from Sherry Lynn. Yeah, happy to help where we can. So like I said, anybody's got questions, fire them away. That's what we're here for, to help people, whether it, like I said, for commutes, that kind of thing. We will do this on as regular basis as we can when there's weather events coming into the area. So, even though we may end the stream here in about 20 minutes or so, if you are traveling that 401 corridor, Brockville area, that is still a mess, has not changed. So I would say I think it's fair to say from Perth, Charbot Lake to Perth down to Brockville, and to Johnstown, there's a lot of precipitation in there, in that kind of not triangle, but in that kind of octagon somewhat.
Definitely ground zero ish.
Yes, yeah, that's going to be where we're going to wake up tomorrow, and that'll be where most of the precipitation is. So, just a lot happening in that area. Um, and I'm just going to zoom back in here. So, let me bring up Ottawa. So again, it's been about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, and you can see how good the roads are in terms of Google Maps, in terms of delays. They're doing far better. The only one that jumps out at me is obviously the 307 is still showing this crash, so showing a delay there. But overall, things are drastically improving on the commute as people get home. Hopefully, people get home and that's where they stay, and they don't need to go. They don't need to go anywhere, and so you can stay indoors and avoid commuting on the highways at this point. So let me just take a look and see if I've got anything else.
It doesn't say that the highway east of, or west of Brockville is closed anymore, but it does show the dark red color there. So obviously something is still going on.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. There's definitely something going on. You're saying east of Brockville or west of Brockville?
West of Brockville, sorry.
Okay, I thought I heard east, so I just want to make sure. Yeah, so that's still that tanker that Rick and you guys were listening to on the scanner. I'm assuming that's what that is, and if that's the case, that's closed for quite some time. That'll be late into the night. So let me just take a look here. Hi, Connor. Just curious, have you heard of any accident on the scanner for east of Ottawa to St. Isidore? Also, great coverage, you two. Thank you very much for that compliment. I'm not listening to the scanner, so I'll wait till Connor jumps back here. He'll be back in a second. I am not seeing anything on Google Maps. I'm just scanning through here to see if there's any accidents showing anywhere. I don't see anything. Nothing. I'm just going to double check something. So I'm not seeing any accidents showing on Google Maps, but they are not always right on it. So, okay, let me see here. Okay, yeah, no, I'm not seeing. So right now, I'm not seeing any kind of accidents showing on Google Maps. And like I said, once Connor jumps back here, we'll definitely get a confirmation if he hears anything on the scanner, because he's got it in his ear there. So let me just take a look here. And Connor actually just typed, so I didn't realize that. I'm not looking at the chat when I was looking at my Google Maps. So he's not hearing anything on the scanner as well. So hopefully that answers your question. What else is here? Sean saying it's about to be windy in Alliston. Yes, so Alliston being far back to the west, we were talking about that, southwest of the Barrie area. That's where the winds are definitely picking up. And again, that's going to make its way into our region. I've mentioned it a number of times that things will get windy later this evening, overnight into tomorrow, and will maintain tomorrow a little bit less, but still going to be windy. So there's going to be a lot of blowing snow tomorrow as people drive around and commute. So just keep that in mind, but nothing out of the ordinary, essentially. So I'm not seeing. I'm going to take a look actually. One of the things while you were gone, Connor, we were looking at the power outage map.
Yes, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so I went through it. And you can see power outages where the winds are, basically. If you look at it,
Okay.
I mean, I can bring it up on the screen for you. So again, it hasn't really changed much, but where we are seeing those power outages seem to coincide somewhat with the heavy snow and winds. So if that does move into our area, and again, I highlighted anything in that, Smith Falls to almost down to Caladar, back to Brockville, where they've gotten more snow. If the wind does pick up, it may knock some stuff down onto branches. And I'm actually going to pull up the radar here. We've got our latest scan. So I'm going to zoom in. So right now, you can see that the radar has no longer looking at it as rain or interpreting it as rain, but this area right in here, which is what I almost literally said, is where the heavy precipitation is. If you look north of there, you've got these wispy trails of snow. Ottawa barely getting anything. All the surrounding areas. This darker blue area, we are definitely getting far more snow in that area. So, and it's been all day. We've been talking about it, repeatedly. So it's continuing to be that way, and the radar is showing it that. I wonder, Connor, actually, because of the northeast trajectory, I would want to say that the lake has some effect on this, and that's why it's kind of been there all day. Because Lake Ontario is essentially wide open. It's not frozen. Even though we've had some really cold days, most of the lake is open. So, and being that this is traveling northeast, maybe.
The wind is actually, for most of the day today, was actually blowing to the southwest. So that would mean no, theoretically.
Yeah, so that's not it either.
Yeah.
Interesting. So there goes that theory.
But it is flipping around back to the northeast after the low
moves through, of course. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Well, that went out the window. So that's not what was causing it. But at the end of the day, that area is definitely getting a ton of snow along the 401 and all the way out to Sharbot Lake, Perth, in that kind of box. It's nothing has changed there. It's just been like that all day. So, like North Augusta, if anybody's in North Augusta, I would love to hear how much snow you have, because you've been in the smack dab middle of that pretty much all day. So I'm just looking on the map here. Sorry, I'll bring us back up on the studio. So, the heater just turned on. I can hear it. I can hear it in your microphone. So yeah, I guess at this point we're slowly going to wrap up here, unless somebody has some questions. Connor, if there's anything you want to add, just in terms of what your thoughts are on the overnight. I've been talking a lot, but
I would say we're still looking at an ending between 8 and 10 this evening. However, there still is that small chance, although it's only one model showing it, that flurries will linger well into the day tomorrow. If that were to happen, there would only be about 1 to 4 centimeters of additional accumulation, but that would mostly be for Ottawa and a little bit further east for Hawkesbury, Alexandria, Casselman, and Rockland, and places like that. It wouldn't be a further west thing for Kingston or anybody else. It's going to get cold, as we said, probably somewhere between -10 and -12 overnight tonight. And obviously the wind tomorrow is another big deal, with 50 to 60 kilometer an hour wind gusts throughout the entire day. That's going to make roads pretty messy in spots tomorrow with all this fresh powder on the ground. It's going to send it right across the road as wind gusts do. So it's not going to be really snowing tomorrow, but the visibility in some areas may be a little bit lower due to the wind blowing the snow off into the fields.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's what we've been saying, is that the wind is the next element that we need to pay attention to overnight and tomorrow. So definitely going to have that blowing snow happening. So got a question here, quasi questions. Any thoughts on weather models using AI?
Well, to be honest with you, I hate AI. I don't use models that are using AI. I just use the ones that are funded by, Canada or the US or wherever else in Europe. I don't use any AI models personally.
Yeah, and I'm going to chime in here as well. I definitely AI is one of the things that kind of concerns me. It learns at an exponential level. There are uses for it, but the problem is who's in charge of it? Where are the controls on it? Where are so AI. So I don't use weather models in terms of AI as well. None of the stuff I look at, involves that. But I guarantee you, they're going to hit some things pretty accurately at points where that AI is just evolving at such a fast rate. But whether it can do it consistently and that kind of thing. So I'm leery of it, to be totally honest with you. So we'll see where that progresses over the next little while. But yeah, that's our kind of take on it. Rick commenting here, it's still snowing decent in Perth. He's on the four-wheeler with us in his ear. That's pretty dedicated, Rick. We appreciate that. So that's pretty funny that you're plowing and listening to the stream. So thank you for that. So as Connor put it, you are a legend. Michelle saying snowing and blowing in Niagara Falls. Thank you, Michelle, for tuning in all the way from Niagara Falls. Let's go see what's happening down there. I'm gonna look at the Buffalo radar. Whoa, Connor, check this out. Oh, he rolled away on us. He's left because it's got to be time for him to do the car. So I'm going to run this, Michelle, I just got to mute his microphone, but give me a sec here. So I'll bring this up onto the main screen. This is one of those typical events where Buffalo, sometimes ends up getting buried. So I'm going to just see what that Buffalo radar is going to load up here and how long it's been snowing. Let me try again here. There we go. So, yeah, so we can see the lake effect snow as this whole system's kind of moving through the region. And being in Niagara Falls, you're going to be right there. So the wind coming kind of from the northwest to the southeast for you. So it's definitely, but Buffalo on the other side of the lake is kind of getting definitely quite a bit of precipitation off that, and this definitely has to do with lake effect snow. So it's one of those events that where Buffalo gets the most amount of snow is when the winds are from out of the west moving easterly or kind of southwest moving northeast. They just literally come along the lake, pick up all the moisture, and then just dump it on land. So that's why if you've ever seen Buffalo with those big snowstorm events, that's exactly what's happening. Is it's just picking up the water, essentially freezing it and dumping it on land. It's like a snowmaking machine for a ski resort, but it's Mother Nature. So anyways, yes, it does look windy in the Niagara Falls area. So try and stay warm. Hopefully you don't have to go anywhere tonight. So quasi question saying, yay, I hate AI too. I ask because I hear there's a version of the GFS model that is to be rolled out. Yeah, I mean, again, we've heard of those things. We just again, I'm not a fan at this point, so we'll see what happens. I guess that's all we can do. None of us are in control of that at this point. The decision makers and that kind of thing. But we'll see what happens. It's an evolving thing, so we'll continue to go from there. Did I lose my visible satellite, which isn't visible at this point? But it's interesting that I can't see it on the screen anymore. So. Okay, Michelle, staying home and watching Christmas movies. That's perfect. That's what this, weather is for, staying indoors. So glad to hear that. I think I'm just going to double check to see if there's anything that I'm missing in any of our groups or anything like that. And then we'll slowly wrap up here. I know, Connor, you've got to run shortly. What else have we got? Nothing there. So we're all clear there. Again, we looked at power outages for our region, and things are pretty good, but that could change overnight. So, and I just realized if you guys have any questions for us even after the stream, or you're watching this after we're live, because we leave these up so people can, learn from them and that kind of stuff, you can always email us at canadianweatherlive@gmail.com. And Connor or myself will definitely try to answer questions as best as we can and as quickly as we can. So, yeah, that's where we're at. So, Connor, is there anything else I think we're good for the night kind of thing, or?
Do you want to throw me up on the big screen really quick one more time?
I definitely can. You're on the big screen.
So, quick plug, really quick. 2026 calendars.
You're going to have to get it to focus.
Oh, yeah.
It's not, put it near your face. I don't know why it's not no, it doesn't. It wants to.
Anyway, so 2026 calendars are available. If you're interested, please let me know. You can contact me on my Facebook page. Absolutely sick Canadian photos in this year's calendar. You don't want to miss it. So if you're interested in a 2026 calendar, you can contact me on my Facebook page and do your order there.
There you go. Yeah, they're all Canadian photos this year in the calendar, 100%, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's what I thought. So there you go, guys. If anybody has any questions, and thank you again for everybody for tuning in. We appreciate the interaction with everybody. Love the questions, and anytime somebody gives us information as to what they're seeing on the ground, it's super appreciated. And again, we appreciate you guys tuning into the channel. If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe, because this is something that we're going to do as much as we possibly can for our region, and expanding it from there, as well. As you can see, when comments come in from other parts of Ontario, Quebec, we will take a look at things and kind of go from there. So definitely, appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share it with your friends. So again, thank you, everybody. And we'll catch you guys on the next one and go from there.
Thanks, everybody, for watching. We really enjoyed it.